Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face, wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with a hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Schatz Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it. Dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Schatz Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Well, there's a live look at Dakota Community Bank Field on the campus of Legacy High School at the Sanford Sports Complex. Football season is in full swing in the capital city. Hi, good evening, football fans. Scott Woodmansey alongside Todd Domery. Is glad to have you aboard on this August evening, a nice sunny evening and cool evening for a football matchup compared to what we've had the earlier part of this week. It should be a fun one tonight as the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne have traveled to the capital city to take on the Legacy Sabres. TD, had we played this game on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'd probably sit up here in our swim trunks. But tonight, it's a little cooler, and it should be a good atmosphere here tonight at the Sanford Sports Complex.
We might be the only ones that would be in comfort right now because we got the air conditioner on in the press box at about 67, so it feels really good. But I know one set of players out on the field that are very happy that it's not 90 and you got mandatory water breaks and hydration, things like that. It's the heavies. The big guys. Those big fellows are very happy that we are in the low 70s and upper 60s tonight with a little breeze, so it should be a perfect night for football.
Well, and particularly when you look at these two teams, you got West Fargo Cheyenne traveling here in their whites. You've got Legacy in their home blacks. So wearing black, cool weather, well, that all goes one and the same, as it should be a fun one tonight as our football season, AA football season, has kicked off in the capital city, Todd, and I know there's we'll get through all the games, but nonetheless, an exciting time of the year right now. School back in session, and now they get to get out and go against somebody different other than your teammates as they have all practice.
Yeah, you've been hitting each other enough, and I think Coach Clemens from Legacy said it best earlier in the week. He's like, hey, we look pretty good when we're going against ourselves. And so he's excited to see how the Legacy Sabres stack up against somebody else because in one respect, Scott, we'll get into much more of these details as our pregame rolls on here, but in one respect, these teams are very similar from the standpoint of there's a lot of new parts on these two football teams. They graduated a ton of seniors that were major contributors on both these football teams. And so you're going to see some new kids out there tonight getting their first taste of varsity football.
Well, glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network as you're listening to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services. That won't slow you down. No appointment needed. Stay in your car. Drive through oil change. That's Valvoline Instant Oil Change. As our pregame show rolls on with more from the Sanford Sports Complex right here on the PSP Network.
To top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Todd Domery, Scott Woodmansey with you. Glad to have you aboard here on the PSP Network as we get set to bring you 2A football here in the capital city up in Northeast Bismarck. The Sabres and the Mustangs getting ready to do battle here tonight. Well, neither of these teams have played a game, Todd, so, these polls, I guess we pretty much go by what took place last year. As you will see there, the most recent Class 2A football poll, Fargo Shanley in at number 1, the defending state champions. The Mustangs here, number 2, Mandan number 3, Century 4, and Fargo Davies 5, Minot, Legacy, and West Fargo all receiving votes. So, we get an opportunity to vote on that, Todd, and I guess looks okay to me.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many unknowns. Obviously, Shanley is the defending champion, gets the nod right out of the go. Much of that, as you said, is attributed to some of the success they had last year, some of the kids they bring back. But what's intriguing to me is right out of the way, your East region, you got all 4 teams represented in that AA poll, with 3 of them getting first-place votes in Shanley, Cheyenne, and Davies getting first-place votes, and then West Fargo receiving votes in that poll. So that tells me that I think the pundits think there's a little bit of a power swing potentially to the West. And then, Century, Mandan, Legacy, I think Minot is going to be a team that a lot of people are going to put their finger on as one of the teams that potentially could click in the West region.
Well, and you will see tonight all teams are in action, and essentially you've got 2 teams from the capital or the Bismarck-Mandan area heading east, and you've got 2 teams from the eastern half coming out this way as Cheyenne, West Fargo in town to take on Century at the MD Resource Community Bowl. Bismarck traveling down to take on Shanley. And Mandan is at Fargo Davies. Also another game tonight in the capital city. You can also listen to that one on the PSP network. Minot High in town to take on, let's say, the newly led St. Mary Saints. Toby Schweitzer taking over the helm from longtime legendary coach Dan Schmeeker of the St. Mary Saints.
I happened to be over at St. Mary's today, ran into Mr. Schweitzer and said, hey, how's the stomach? Toby, this was mid-afternoon, and he said he was hanging signs, so other duties as assigned as the head football coach at St. Mary's, and I think he's ready to go. I mean, that guy's been on the sidelines just as long as Coach Schmeeker, it seems like, right?
Well, what did he say? He said on an interview last night about how long he's been at St. Mary's. I think he said since Coach Sitchie and Dan Schmeeker were there, and he was the ball boy. So
what's funny is this takes me back to a conversation that Myron and I had last year. We did a St. Mary's and Legacy game, and there's so many ties between those 2 teams and Coach Schultz. And Coach Schultz then said, hey, all of us are kind of disciples and descendants of Dan Schmeeker. And so many of the things that Coach Schultz took out to UMary that now Chris Clements runs at at Legacy have come kind of all through that Dan Schmeeker coaching tree. And so
it weaves a tangled web in the capital city, does that St. Mary's tree. While you're listening to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, Valvoline Instant Oil Change locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find us online at VIOC.com. We'll take another timeout. We come back. We'll take a look inside the Sabres and the Mustangs. You're listening to 2A football on the PSP network.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Todd Domrey's alongside, or Scott Woodmansey alongside Todd Domrey's. Yeah, hey, it's new for us too. We start to a new season. Glad to have you aboard on another year of the PSP Network. Big thanks to all those sponsors for making this happen as we're looking forward to another fun run here, right here on the PSP Network. Well, Todd, let's take a look at these 2 football teams. Let's start with the Mustangs from West Fargo, Cheyenne. Here's a team that, last year knocked off, really hammered Century in the regular season, 41-14. And then lo and behold, here comes Century out of nowhere at the end of last season. They knock off the Mustangs in the quarterfinals, 27-8, get to the Dakota Bowl. So certainly the Mustangs, those that were present on this team last year, and head coach Jeremy Newton certainly have that taste and thought in the back of their minds.
Yeah, and it's a bad taste, right? When you're the number 1 seed and you lose in that kind of way, that just kind of sets the tone for your whole off season. and you could hear it, and you can see it, and you can feel it when you talk to some of the folks affiliated with the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, as evidenced by one of the comments I jotted down, Scott, from Race Wilson. You think the feeling is in the Mustangs? He says, I'll tell everyone right now that we're going to be in the Fargo Dome come November 10th.
Well, there you have it, I guess. That's a confident young man.
Yeah,
You know?
and they should be. With the success that Cheyenne has had the last few years, obviously winning the state title back in 2021, and their run in the East has been unprecedented. 5 straight EDC or East Region championships, so there have been a lot of success for the Mustangs.
Yeah, 3 region losses in the last 5 years for this Cheyenne Mustang team. And then I'll give you the words from the head coach, Jeremy Newton. A new season, a new bunch of kids.
Yep.
Well, combine that with we'll be in the Dakota Bowl. Well, it sets up to be real interesting. Now we flip the other side, Todd, the Legacy Sabres. 6-4 last year, lost in the quarters to Fargo Davies 35-7. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, you want to talk about in a rebuilding mode, and this is a team looking to find some pieces as this season goes on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of firsts for the Sabres last year. I mean, their first home football playoff game, they still haven't won a playoff game as a program, and so Legacy's still trying to get over that hump. And, you know, as you said, I think the only thing we know about Legacy this year is they got black helmets. Other than that, we don't really know much about these kids that are going to be out there. Isaac Mitchell played a little bit last year on defense. He's the starting QB this year, and then a lot of unknowns from there.
Yeah, it certainly is, and both teams with some unknowns, as I believe our national anthem. We'll take our national anthem timeout. We come back. Starting lineups, opening kick next, right here on the PSP Network.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finrun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Well, welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Todd Domery, Scott Woodmansey with you as they introduce the starters on the field. And Legacy, Cheyenne won the toss. They deferred, and Legacy will go on offense. There's a look at the starting offensive unit for the Sabres. At center will be Evan Haig, 6'3", 225 and a junior. The right guard, Braxton Hager, 6'1", 240 and a senior. Hunter Peterson, 5'11", 260 and a senior, the other guard. The tackles, Wyatt Weary, 5'11", 250 and a senior. Cody Peterson, 6'2", 285 and a senior. At the tight end spot will be Alex Viska, 6'4", 210 and a senior. And at one wide receiver will be Cade Murphy, 5'9", 150 and a senior. And Jet Hoffman will be another wide receiver, 5'10", 155 and a senior. Lucas Kupfer at the other wide out. He's 6'5", 160 and a senior. The tailback, Jared Frank, 5'7", 165 and a senior. And the quarterback is Isaac Mitchell. He's 6 foot, 160 and a senior. As we take a look at the starting defensive unit now for the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne. Up front, they go like this. Jackson Becker at the nose. Cade Petchak will be at the tackle spot. Grant Knodel and Connor Mansky will be the ends. Petchak, boy, they said they received an offer from Kansas State. Grant Henry, Carson Wilkie, and Kason Menz will be the linebackers. Race Wilson at one corner, Jamison Allen at the other corner. Noah Olson at the strong safety, and Wyatt Samardzija will be the free safety. Their head coach is Jeremy Newton. as we take a look, too, at the Sabres defense. Up front, you'll have Noah Schumacher at the nose. Braxton Hager, the tackle. Evan Haig, 6'3", 225, and a junior, the left end. Brady Steyer, 6'1", 240, a junior at the right end. Alex Viska at one linebacker. A young man that just made the all-name team. We haven't kicked it off yet. Yusuf Jama. Yusuf Jama. 6', 170, and a sophomore, one linebacker. Connor Lang, 5'10", 160, and a junior. And Brady Sebak, he's 5'10", 165, and a junior. At the other linebacker, Jared Frank and Cade Murphy, the corners. Carter Zins is the free safety there for the Legacy defense. We take a look at the Cheyenne offense, and they'll go like this. Up front will be Schobinger at center. Jaya Jelaru will be the right guard. Isaac Zeiss will be the left guard. Petchak will be the left tackle. Xander Mowry, the right tackle. Kobe Walter, 6'2", 180, a senior at the split end. Noah Olson, another split end at 6'1", 180, and a sophomore. Race Wilson, 5'10", 180, and a senior at the slot. And Barry Penu, another slot, 5'8", 180, and a senior. Cooper Bryant at fullback, 6'4", 185, and a junior. And Caleb Deere, all-conference quarterback, 6'4", 190, and a senior. There's your starting offensive lineups. And Todd, your thoughts? We came out. Your keys. Keys to the game, Todd?
Yeah, I mean, Legacy has done a great job over the years, I think, of adapting to their personnel. So it wasn't that long ago you had Jason Huckstra at quarterback. They were spreading it wide. The last couple of years with Logan Miller and Carl Henry is more of a power game with some QB ISO and some lead option, things like that. So I'm curious to see how they bring Isaac Mitchell along and which style is going to be presented here for the Legacy Sabres. And then Cheyenne, we didn't talk about it much, but Caleb Deere is the one kid that probably has the most experience along with Race Wilson. That's two really skilled kids, both returning all-staters and all-conference players for Cheyenne. So they have a leg up there, but frankly, everybody in the trenches for both these teams is pretty much brand new. So there's going to be some blood and some tears and some sweat, and you're going to figure out who's going to win that battle in the line of scrimmage early with a bunch of young kids up front.
Well, there you have it. I want to thank you for tuning in to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, and we are about ready to kick this one off. And the kicker will be Alfonso Bipa. Will kick it off for the Mustangs. Back to receive goes Jared Frank, as he's the deep back. He stands around his right around his goal line as Bipa gets set to kick it away from the 40, and we are underway. Short kick. It's going to be taken at the 15 to the 20, 25, straight up the middle, 30, and out across the 32-yard line on the return there. I believe that was Cade Murphy on the return there. So Murphy with a good return, and that's where the Legacy offense will start their first offensive series for the 2023 season, led by Isaac Mitchell, the 6', 160-pound senior quarterback. He comes under center. Nope, he's going to send two receivers wide to the right. He's going to work out of that pistol formation. Back to pass, looking right, fires down, sideline. It's going to be caught right at the 48-yard line. On the reception there was Jet Hoffman. And a big play there for the Sabres on first down.
Yeah, got on the free safety, Wyatt Zamarja, and what a delivery. How about your first pass of the season? That was a lefty strike there by Isaac Mitchell, and a good out route there, too, by Jet Hoffman.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Sabres, just underway from their own 47-yard line. Hoffman again, nope. Mitchell, they hand off, going right. That's Jared Frank, goes over the right side. I think he's going to lose maybe a yard. Yeah, he's going to lose a yard back to the 46-yard line. Knodel makes a stop there for the Mustangs. So it'll be second down and 10 for the Sabres. Opening drive for Legacy. Big play on their first possession. Now they send trips to the left side. Mitchell Frank, the lone back, stands next to him. Mitchell rolling to his left. The left-hander on the move. On the move, he's under pressure, eludes one tackler. Now he fires downfield over the intended receiver. And that was Cade Murphy, the intended receiver. Jamison Allen on the coverage, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 11 for the Sabres from their own 47-yard line.
Yeah, late blitz there by Grant Henney from his linebacker position. He was picked up, but then he got off it, and then you saw Isaac Mitchell, the lefty, rolling to the wide side, so he had all kinds of room to keep scrambling, rolling, and then just ran out of time, and nobody really got open downfield.
Well, the Sabres send 2 receivers right, 2 left, ball spotted right hash, in motion. Mitchell rolling left, throws underneath, that's caught. Kalen Lucas turns it upfield, and he's going to be in Mustang territory, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. He's brought down at the 48-yard line. Grant Henney makes a stop there, and I believe it's going to be a punt situation for Chris Clements, and back in punt formation will be Alex Viska. Samardzija back to receive for, or no, that's Race Wilson, I believe, back to receive. Long snap count here. Now he's got to get it off. There's a high booming kick. Says get away from. Nope, that was Samardzija back there. And it takes a Mustang bounce. It's going to be down at the 30-yard line. And now we will see the Mustangs for their first offensive possession. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State University. With more than 96% of recent Minot State grads employed or continuing education, MSU grads get jobs, period. Minot State University. Well, Todd?
You saw a lot of 3 wides, shotgun for the Legacy Sabres. You're not going to see that for the West Fargo Cheyenne.
No, you're not.
You're going to see the modified wing T here. You'll have a couple slots. They're actually going to have somebody split out here. But
they're going to send
3 wides. Listen,
look at here, huh? I thought you were Nostradamus.
Not today.
They go 3 wide. Deer. They hand off. Penu goes left. Now he cuts it back inside, and he's out across the 35 out to the 36. Braxton Hager makes a stop, and
late flag came in there from the line judge on that far side, right in front of the Cheyenne bench. So, and it was late. So usually that kind of tells you that maybe it was a face mask potentially. You don't usually see a hold. Yeah.
Ooh, boy, that's not what you want there. Then that'll give us time to tell you that Jersey Mike's. Make sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page. Jersey Mike's is a sub above. Glad to have them back again this year. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network tonight. Scott Woodmansey, Todd Domry's with you. Also, doubleheader on the PSP Network. Minot High and St. Mary's will get underway right around 7 o'clock. So after the penalty, they have it, the Mustangs, there's an option, and Deer's going to keep, turns upfield, but he's going to be driven backwards at the initial line of scrimmage. They may give him a yard. It appears they're going to. Yusuf Jama making the stop there.
He jammed it up right there.
You know what the good thing about that is, Todd? We got 2 more years of this young man. He's only a sophomore.
Exactly. I hope that guy gets a lot of tackles. But, first black hat there. And, Cheyenne likes that. They like putting the ball in the hands of Caleb Deer and running that speed option and let him make decisions because he's quick. He's a very elusive quarterback.
2nd down and 8, trips to the near side. Deer throws it out in the flat, and it's caught. Turning upfield, Race Wilson, 40, cuts back inside, 35, breaks a tackle, 30, and he fights his way all the way down to the 26-yard line of the Sabres. So big play there. Sivak had to make the stop there. It'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs, and they're on the move from the Sabre 27-yard line.
But you can see how good Race Wilson is in space right there. I mean, that's just a quick hitter, and then he starts making people miss, and it turns into a 21-yard gain.
1st down at 10 now for the Mustangs from the 27. Deer sends 2 receivers right, the left, single receiver right. They hand off Penu. He goes left, breaks 1 tackle, breaks another tackle, still on the move. And now he's swarmed under there. Nifty footwork there by Barry Penu. And Steyer makes a stop for the Sabres, but they're going to give them a gain of 2 yards, and they'll spot it at the 25-yard line. Will be second down and 8 to go. 8:45 left to go. Opening quarter of play here from the Sanford Sports Complex on the campus of Legacy High School. 2nd and 8. Here come the Mustangs. Trips right, single receiver to the left. Sabres show blitz. Here they come. Deer back to pass. He's got time. Throws across the middle. Man, wide open. Caught turning upfield and falls down at the 19. On the reception there was Colby Walter, the split end, as he had room to run, but he slipped and the ball goes down. They spotted, I'm going to say, the 18-yard line.
Yeah, pick up a 7. Boy, Walter, how about how big a target he is? I mean, he just settled down in that zone defense, and he was kind of jumping up and down like, hey, Caleb, you got me, you got me. And the play before, Barry Pennu, that should have been a loss of 3.
Yeah,
and
you're right.
It was a great play by him to get a 2-yard gain out of that.
So now 1st and 10, ball spotted. Now they spotted on the 13. Deer's going to keep it. Goes left, breaks the tackle. He's got to the 5 and into the end zone goes Caleb Deer, as they had everybody going to the left. Deer pulled it. He went back to the right. The defense is right, and walked into the end zone from 13 yards out.
Yeah, and then you had on an island over there, the outside backer on that side. The one guy that had a chance on that play was Yusuf Jama. And that's the elusiveness right there of Caleb Deer, is he made him look silly in space, and that's a 13-yard scamper for a TD.
Chase Odlin on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Sullivan Irie. As the Mustangs strike first. Snap, hold, kick is up, Pierce good, and it is. The Mustangs strike first, 7:57 to go here. Opening quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Mustangs 7, the Sabres 0. Back with the touchdown kickoff after this timeout on the PSP network.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair.
Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here.
That's a spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Well, 13-yard touchdown run by Caleb Deer gets the Mustangs on the board. We can tell you Roger Ward Moving and Storage has been proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Find them online at RogerWardMovingAndStorage.com to schedule a move or find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage.
Yeah, what wind Cheyenne has out here, Scott, is at their back, and they took advantage right there. 7 plays, 64-yard scoring drive, 15-yard personal foul penalty in there for Legacy. Didn't help the cause for the Sabres right there, but, man, that was an efficient-looking drive right there.
Yes, it was.
For the Cheyenne Mustangs, and the heck with the modified wing T. We're going 3 wides, shotgun, and a lone running back.
Oh, and that one goes into the end zone. A good kick there by Beepa.
Yeah.
And it goes through the hands of Jared Frank. And so the Sabres.
Alfonso put a boot in that one.
Yeah, he got that one out there pretty good. I got to steal a drink of your water there, partner.
Yeah, have at it. You can have it.
Okay. So here come the Sabres on their second offensive possession. They've got it. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Mitchell. Oh, and we're going to get a flag. And what are we going to have? False start. And that's 2 quick penalties on the Sabres. And, Todd, those are some things that are going to happen when everybody is brand new up front.
Yeah, you got cadence issues. You got formation issues. You got enough guys in the line of scrimmage. Can you get the plays in time? I mean, it's just a whole laundry list of things that a new cast of characters out there has to get used to. And if you can avoid those pre-snap penalties, which Legacy did their first possession, they had a personal foul on defense, but the offensive situation was clean up to that point.
Mitchell back to pass, looking over the top. Oh, and he throws it into double coverage there. The intended receiver for the Sabres, that was Kalen Lucas. Olsen and Wilson on the coverage there. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 15 for the Sabres deep in their own territory with 7:51 to go here in the opening quarter.
And you might want to pick on the other side of that Cheyenne defense because you got Race Wilson, a 3-sport athlete, returning All-Stater, and you got a 3-year starter and Noah Olson back there. That's 2 guys I'm not going to try to attack in that secondary, most likely.
So Isaac Mitchell sends a man in motion from right to left. Mitchell gets the snap. He's going to turn upfield, breaks the tackle at the 15, and he fights his way out near the 20. He's going to be stopped short at about the 19. We got another flag that came out.
Yeah, what you had there was Kalen Lucas was in motion, Scott, and
turned upfield.
He started inching towards the line of scrimmage. Line judge dissected that right away. So I wonder if Cheyenne might decline that penalty because you maybe just say, yeah, let's take the down and we'll force them into a 3rd and 11. Which is the discussion right now.
Yep.
Either move them back and have 2nd and 20 or 3rd and 11. I'd take my chances on 3rd and 11.
I think you got to take your chances with 3rd and 11, particularly the way your defense looked in that opening drive outside of that one play. We can tell you that Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages, we offer free consultations and financing options that make it easier to take your smile to the next level. Call 852-2646 or visit myNotBraces.com today to get started with a free virtual consultation. Prestwich Orthodontics, glad to have you aboard again.
Was that a Mitchell carry there, or who carried the?
That was Isaac. Yes, that
Mitchell?
was
Okay.
Mitchell.
Thank you, because the play does count.
So 3rd down and 11. Mitchell back to pass, throws it underneath, and right there, you talked about it, Todd, on the stop there, Noah Olson for maybe a gain of 1 yard on the reception there. That was Caden Murphy. So now it'll be another punt situation, and Alex Viska goes back to punt. And this time back to receive. Race Wilson goes back there along with.
And Viska's going to have to, the last punt he had, Scott, was 18 yards into this little bit of about a 15, 20-mile-an-hour breeze. He's got to get that thing more driving low. He needs to hit that low stinger.
Sullivan Irie back there along with Wilson. They stand at midfield, set to return this punt by Viska. Now the Sabres come from a spread formation, and we're going to have a timeout on the field. The Hub International timeout. Hub is a leading North American insurance brokerage. 6:57 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's the Mustangs 7, the Sabres 0. Back with more on the PSP Network after this timeout.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right, 40 power? No. Don't want that one either? All right, go kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
Well, special teams miscue there cost Coach Clements a timeout, and now we're set to go as Viska will kick it away. High snap, gathers it. Ooh, just got it away. Low driving kick, takes a roll, and it's going to go inside Mustang territory, but just barely as they spot it down at the 49-yard line. And the Mustangs will go back to work offensively, leading this one 7-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Yeah, ends up being a 29-yard punt. So, well, wait a minute. They're marking it to 45?
Oh, I missed something there. Did it hit somebody?
Wasn't it like at the 48 of Cheyenne?
That's what I thought it was, unless it hit somebody.
Well, yeah, maybe. So it wasn't a 29-yard punt. It was a 22-yard punt.
Big thanks to Johnny Haugen, back with us again for this season. Running the camera for you here as Deere goes out of the shotgun. Deere hands off. Penu straight up the middle, drives his way out towards the 40-yard line. Noah Schumacher, the nose guard, makes the stop there, but that was after a gain of, we'll give him 4 on the carry. Bring up 2nd down and 6 now for, nope, they're going to give him 3. So it'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Mustangs.
I like this new setup that the Mustangs are bringing at you today. I mean, they have been exclusively that double wing with the tight end standing up and maybe one wide out once in a while, and they put guys in motion and run off tackle a bunch. And this is a completely different philosophy this go around.
Deere, Penu, goes right, cuts back inside, bounce off tackles at the 40, and drives his way down to the 38-yard line. Connor Lang making the stop there, but another good gain there for Pennu. Barry Pennu, brother, playing football at North Dakota State University. I think he's going to get some action this year. Was it Barica?
Yeah.
Barica.
And Barry's got some similar traits. I mean, low to the ground, good feet, obviously. He gets those pads level, and, man, he pushes the pile.
3rd and 2. They throw a quick out to the near sideline, and it is caught by Cooper Bryant. And that's a gain of 3, so it'll be enough, it appears, for a first down. Yes, it will, as he got it down to the 31-yard line. So they'll move the chains, and the Mustangs are on the move again, leading this one 7-0 on our BNC Bank scoreboard.
3-for-3 start for Caleb Deere. He's been efficient, right? So he's hit Walter, he's hit Race Wilson, now he's hit Cooper Bryant. 3 receivers, 3 receptions, 34 yards for Deere.
Deere sends trips to his left, Penn with the lone back. They throw it underneath, and Cotton dropped there. Race Wilson dropped it at the 25-yard line, but I think that one, Todd, appeared to be thrown a little behind him, so that would have been a heck of a catch there by the 5'10", 180-pound senior. I was able to pull that one in.
Yeah, and Carter Zins had tight coverage as free safety that time on a little slot pass. But, yeah, as soon as we said Caleb Deere was 3 for 3, and then he threw one to the back shoulder when it wasn't really supposed to be a back shoulder throw in that instance, as it was more of a slant. So, yeah, but still, I'm impressed. And Cheyenne's doing exactly what they wanted to do here, Scott. Get a stop on defense, get a score. Take advantage of the breeze that's at your back. Tilt the field and see if you can put more points on the board.
So Deere, once again, ball spot on the right hash. He sends trips to his left, single receiver to the short side. Fakes to Pennu, looking, flushed out. Eludes one tackler, tries to elude more, and then he's going to be swarmed under at the 30-yard line. Nifty footwork back there by Deere, but good teamwork there by that defense of the Sabres, able to corral him for a minimal gain. Ryan Baker coming in there to make the stop. So it would be a 3rd down and long situation, the first situation that head coach Jeremy Newton's been faced with inside Sabre territory.
Yeah, and again, Pinu's had a couple runs like that, and Deere's had a couple runs like that where somebody from Legacy's had him in the crosshairs in the backfield, and they haven't been able to drop him for a loss. But still, 3rd and long here.
So 3rd down, and we're going to call it 9 as Deere rolling to his right. Deere sets. Fires, got a man across the middle, throws it into the back of the end zone. 2 receivers in the same vicinity as he overthrew Noah Olson, and then Race Wilson in the back of the end zone dove for it and missed it. Now that'll bring up a 4th and 9 now for the Mustangs, and I'm guessing Jeremy Newton's going to roll the dice. We can tell you that tonight's game brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7. And Saturday, 8:30 to 3, the UPS store located in Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs.
Yeah, I think that pass was actually to Noah Olson, but Race Wilson was almost the one who caught it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who it was to.
I think it was to Olson. But
boy, this would be a big defensive stand here for the Sabres on 4th and 9. Low snap, rolling to his right, throws underneath, and it's going to be caught on the sideline by Colby Walter, and did he have enough is the question.
I think forward progress got him to the 20. Yeah, I agree. That's exactly where they spotted it, Scott. So,
yep.
Good tackle there immediately by Legacy's Hayden Empter, but not enough to negate a gain of 12 on 3rd and 9 or 4th and 9.
And pretty good route there, too, by Olson as he knew where he had to go, and he just went down there and stopped and turned, and Deere rolling to his right found him, and that's a big first down as the Mustangs nearing the ServPro red zone, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's ServPro. Now we got a flag. We're going to have a delay of game. Here comes the first penalty against the Mustangs as the play clock winds down.
First penalty of the night against Cheyenne. Legacy's been whistled twice for 20 yards. And, yeah, they were in the ServPro red zone for a moment, and now they officially are not.
Oh, now they be first down and 15. Deere barks out the signals. Deere short side of the field, stop, options in, and nowhere to go. That was Penu, as he was basically out of bounds there when Deere optioned the ball. And tough to run that play to the short side of the field. And
Barry's saying, what? I mean, like, are you going to pitch it to me right there? It ends up being a gain of, well, actually going to be a loss of 1. But, hey, what set that play up is Legacy finally said, all right, heck with this 4-man rush. They brought Alex Visca, and he got into Deere's face right away and forced that play quickly to the short side.
2nd down and 15 now. Ball spotted 26-yard line of the Sabres. Deere back to pass, looks left, now he looks in the corner. He's got a man, Wilson, and caught, and he can't stand his feet, but he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line as Race Wilson, Carter Zinn's there on the stop, but it's going to be 1st and goal to go for the Sabres, for the Mustangs inside that Serve Pro red zone. Again, Serve Pro 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. 1st and goal to go.
I love the design there. You get Race Wilson on a free safety, and that's a mismatch.
As Deere barks out the signal, hands up, Penu goes left, cuts inside, dives towards the goal line. Did he get in? And nope, they're going to say he's short. As a couple of Mustangs thought he got in, but Penu is going to be spotted just shy of the goal line, about the half-yard line is where they spot it.
Yeah, I had the binoculars on that one, Scott. I think Barry Penu might have hit pay dirt there. That was close. Well, you done now. Do you give it to him again?
Well, I think you got it now. Well, you cost him a yard on the option play. He got minus yardage there. Now he got stopped. He thought he had a touchdown, and he didn't. So let's see if number 2 gets it one more time. Twins right, single receiver left. There's number 2. Penu straight up the middle, bowls his way across the goal line. Touchdown Mustangs. They lead 13-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
He got stood up right at the goal line by Brett Miller, but still Penu had eclipsed the line to gain for the TD. And, hey, just like last year, these two teams played in the season opener last year, Scott, and it was a rainy night in West Fargo. Cheyenne won 35-14. They got up 21-zip early in that contest, and it looks much the same this year.
Well, on to attempt the extra point is Odlin one more time for the Mustangs. Out of the hole to Sullivan-Irie. There's a snap, hold down, kick is up. It appears good, and it is. 2:42 to go here in our opening quarter from the Sanford Sports Complex. The Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne 14, Legacy 0. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Well, the Mustangs off to a fast start here from Dakota Community Bank and Trust Field on the campus of Legacy High School as they lead 14-0 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 2:42 to go here in our opening quarter of play, as teeing it up one more time will be Alfonso Bipa. Back to receive for the Mustangs, that's Jared Frank. Bipa, this one's a short kick, running up on it at the 19, 25, and brought down at the 26-yard line. Tommy Levine makes a stop on the return there for the Sabres. That was Cade Murphy.
9-play, 56-yard scoring drive, Scott, set up by the short punt and getting into the wind again for the Sabres. And the big play on that drive was that 12-yard completion, Caleb Deere to Noah Olson on 4th and 9 to keep that drive alive.
Mitchell goes, trips to his right, fakes the handoff, throws across the middle, tipped, and it was tipped to the line of scrimmage, and the intended receiver was Jet Hoffman. He couldn't hang on. So I'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 reminder to stay tuned at the conclusion of this one for our Planning Team Financial Advisor Shots Crossroads postgame report. Glad to have those folks aboard again. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work toward financial freedom. Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. And also, we'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the game along with our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. Back to pass. Mitchell one more time. Flushed out of the pocket. He's at the 30, 35. Little juke and jive move there and falls close to the 40. That's going to be enough for a first down. So heady play there by the quarterback, Isaac Mitchell. Wilkie makes a stop there for the Mustangs. Move the chains, set them, and it's a Sabre first down at the 40.
Yeah, and that's the play that Coach Clemens, his description of Isaac Mitchell is, hey, he's a competitive kid, athletic kid, and you saw a lot of that right there. I mean, didn't have anybody to throw to, and then he wasn't sliding. He was going to make a play at the end of that run.
Mitchell goes trips right. They hand off Frank over the right side, and Frank is going to get, well, they're going to give him a yard. But there's a whole host of white jerseys there as the clock drips down to minute 55. On the stop there, that was Petchak. 6'5", 240-pound junior, good-looking football player there, and Cade Petchak. Second down and 9 now for the Mustang. Ooh, straight up Frank, he's got room, 45. He's tripped up just shy of midfield at about the 49-yard line. Little quick hitter there over that right side. Noah Olson had to come up from his strong safety spot to make the stop, so it'll be 3rd and short now for the Sabres.
Yeah, that was they caught Cheyenne on a blitz there, and they actually ran a trap right into where the guy was blitzing from, and so it ended up being a perfect play. And then you got Jared Frank with a 9-yard run before he's touched.
Jack Juleson brings the play in. He goes wide to the right side. Ooh, I backfield this time. Mitchell goes under center. Mitchell fumbles the snap, dives on it. I don't know if he got it, though. I don't know if he got it. And, no, I think the Sabres fell on it. Falling on it there was Haig, the center.
Yeah, Legacy lucky to get that back. Hey, new quarterback, first time, really, and those are the plays that it happens on, right?
Yep.
I mean, that might have been a sneak. It could have been a quick handoff to the fullback, maybe just to get a push going, and that stuff that has to happen fast. This is a different pace that you're sometimes playing at. I'm sure that Isaac Mitchell hasn't had to contend with quite yet.
And they got to go quick here too, as the play clock down to 7. Coach Clements might have to take a timeout, and that's exactly what he does. It's a Hubbard National Insurance timeout on the field. Call Hubbard National Insurance today for all your personal and business insurance needs. 14 seconds to go, opening quarter on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's the Mustangs 14, the Sabres 0. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Ackerman Estvold is an experienced team of architects and civil engineers committed to achieving the best possible solution for every project. Over the past 20 years, our team has been trusted with jobs big and small throughout the state, from major flood protection projects to county roads, classroom walls, and community spaces. We will be your partner through the initial design to final construction. Trust the Ackerman Estvold team with your next project.
Well, Chris Clements had to use a timeout there as he would have got, the play clock was dripping down, too many men on the field, and we'll see now what they diagram up here coming out of the timeout, his second of the ball game. Oh, wow, this is interesting. What?
4th and 1.
Oh, it's 4th and 1. Oh, okay, I thought it was, 4th and 1. And Visca's going to punt it away. Oh, boy, that just went straight up in the air. And it's going to be down at the 41. I thought it was 3rd down. My apologies there. So,
I mean, it's always easy to armchair quarterback that, but, I mean, you're already down 14, and it's midfield. You only get a 10-yard punt, so hindsight's 20/20, right? But you would have been way better off just going for it because you pick up a first down, keep the drive alive, and pick up a new set of downs and move the chains. But instead, you give this high-powered Cheyenne offense the football right back after a 10-yard punt.
Minot State University, be seen, be heard, be you. Minot State University. Here's Deere. Pendulum back here. A flag comes in. False start's going to be assessed to the Mustangs. Reminder also on the PSP Network, St. Mary's and Minot High just getting it away from Dan Schmeeker Field. So they march him back 5. This has got to be the worst starting position they've had the whole game, is it not, Todd? From their own 36-yard line?
Yeah.
Now what do we got here? Now,
this is the first time they've been really 3 seconds on the clock, so we got it untimed down almost here. But
thought that was a little quick.
And Legacy has given Cheyenne pretty good field position: 18-yard punt, 22-yard punt, a 10-yard punt, and so the special teams hasn't really added up quite yet for the Sabres.
So this will be the final play of the opening quarter here as Deer. Sabres show blitz, hands off Penu, and Penu breaks off a tackle, goes to the far sideline, angles, and he's driven out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Yusuf Yama drives him out of bounds. That's going to end the opening quarter play here from the Sanford Sports Complex on the BNC Bank scoreboard as we go to break. It's West Fargo Cheyenne 14, Legacy 0. Back with quarter number 2 after this timeout on the PSP Network.
We look forward to serving you here at your local community bank.
Every 10 minutes, 3 people in the United States will die from a preventable incident. More people are dying on our roadways and in their homes than ever before, but that's where the North Dakota Safety Council can help. Safety is our mission from the workplace to any place. We're a private nonprofit that offers more than 150 training courses that are dynamic, hands-on, and effective. From CPR and first aid to driver safety and even workplace violence preparedness, we want to make sure your loved ones come home safe each night. Go to ndsc.org to see how together we can make a difference.
Well, we start quarter number 2, and it appears we have an apparent interception by...
Well, I think...
Is that Sivak?
Yeah, Sivak.
Oh, no, they're going to say it's incomplete.
Yeah, the back judge came in and said, nope, that hit the ground. But great job of cutting underneath that route. And, hey, Legacy's had this opportunity, Scott, a few times here in the first 13 minutes and change here. They've had 3rd and long for Cheyenne in it several times. And let's see if the Black Hats can get off the football field here.
Intended pass on the slant pattern was to Colby Walters. So as Todd said, it's going to be a 3rd down and 11 now for the Mustangs. As now the Mustangs a little confused on what they're running here. And now Jeremy Newton wants a Hub International Insurance timeout. Hub International Insurance located at 4204 Boulder Ridge Road in Northwest Bismarck. 11:56 to go, opening half of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Mustangs 14, the Sabres 0. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Many of our clients come to us already accomplished in their lives and on the right track. However, whether it's in response to a life-changing event or you are nearing retirement, you can sleep well knowing that together we have planned for both life's opportunities and challenges. And no matter what happens, we are here to help guide you.
Well, tonight's game brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. They have over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts. As a factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal, there's no other choice to seal your heating and air game other than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northern-plains.com. Here we go. 3rd down and 11 for the Mustangs. Ball spotted left hash. Penu stands alongside Caleb Deere, the quarterback. Deere, straight drop. Throws underneath. Penu caught 40, 45. Angles sideline. Breaks a tackle 50, 45, 40, and ridden out of bounds at about the 38-yard line, but hold the phone. There's laundry on the field, and Penu gets up slow on the Sabre sideline.
Yeah, and I think that's coming back, Scott. They had a grab of a jersey there, or it could potentially be somebody downfield early on that screenplay. Well set up. There was one guy for Legacy. It was Cade Murphy that had a chance to break that thing up, and this is going to go the way of the Sabres. We still haven't gotten the official indication from the Zebras, but it's either going to be a hold or somebody downfield too early. Or blocking the back. Hey, take your pick.
Yep, and the Sabres have accepted that penalty, so now this...
So, Scott, you talk about early season football and game 1 of the season. There is no week 0, right? So they don't get these non-conference games anymore. The way the 2A thing is set up, I mean, all these games count right now, and you've seen pre-snap penalties. We've got 12 minutes left in the half. In between the two teams, they got one timeout remaining, and so we're going to see some more stuff before this half ends.
Here's Deere. Deere rolling to his right. Deere sets, flag comes down, throws it downfield, and he's got a man, and it's underthrown and almost picked off there by Cade Murphy, but we've got flag. It's going to be a holding. And we'll see what Coach Clements elects to do here.
Yeah, you had a good rush that time by Nash Berquist, one of the sophomore defensive linemen. He got great penetration. I think it was the center for Schominger from Cheyenne. They got a big handful of jersey, and the white hat saw that. Flag flew in, and looks like, as you said, Scott, I think Legacy is going to decline this and set up a 4th down.
Yeah, now the Mustangs will be kicking back into the wind as here comes the punt team, and Caleb Deere is the punter back to receive for the Sabres. That'll be Kalen Lucas goes back as he stands around his 32-yard line. Deere, the punter, back around his own 25.
5 of 9 for Caleb Deere now, 67 yards in the contest.
So Deere set to punt it away to Lucas, the 5'8", 125-pound senior. Ooh, that's a good punt into that wind. Lucas fields it. Fair catch called for. And what's this flag going to be now?
That's interesting.
What is that? Is that going to be interference?
Or are they going to say that Lucas took off running and after he called a fair catch? I mean, Legacy came on the blitz. I mean, they had 10 guys going after the punt, and so there was no way Lucas was going to return that punt. So he fair caught it, and then he might have took off running. So. Oh,
wow, on sportsmanlike conduct. And I guess my question there would be for what?
Yeah, and then we don't have, unfortunately, eyes and ears down on the sidelines, so otherwise we'd be sending it down to our fellas down there saying, okay, what was that about?
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, now the Sabres will have it 1st and 10 now from their own 47-yard line. A little confusion in the backfield as they hand off, and new running back in there. That is Hayden Emter.
It's hard to tell the difference between Emter and Frank. They're both about the exact same stature.
About the same size.
Kason Mentz, the senior. Menz, I beg your pardon. Boy, that's a name for the Cheyenne faithful, as Menz Carter is playing for the University of Minnesota right now.
Yeah, and then Emter comes off hobbling a little bit, so he'll sit down, and back in there comes Jared Frank. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Ball spotted inside Cheyenne territory. Mitch up one's tipped, but it's going to be caught at the 46-yard line on the reception there. That was Kalen Lucas. Wilkie and Olsen in on the stop for the Mustangs, so it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah,
and 3.
That was lucky right there. I mean, you don't see too often that those passes that get tipped find their way into the friendlies, so to speak. That's usually an interception drill.
Isaac Mitchell on 3rd down and 3 to go. Mitchell Hands off Frank. Frank, he eludes some tackles. He's got the first down and more as he's across the 40 down to the 39-yard line. Good hard run over that right side as Braden Olson makes a stop, but that's going to be a Sabre first down as they're going to have it inside Mustang territory at the 38-yard line.
That's good. That's back-to-back good runs for Jared Frank. Had 9 on his last carry, gets 8 on that carry right there, and maybe Legacy's finding something up front here with this young offensive line.
They fake it to Frank. Mitchell steps up. He's swarmed underneath and wrapping him up there. That was big number 88, Tommy Oneman, making the stop there. 6'8", 220.
That's a Capital City football name right there, huh?
It certainly is. Hadn't played football since his freshman year, and somebody got in his ear this year. I don't know. Maybe his dad had something to do with that. I don't know. Ben Oneman, his father. Star linebacker for the Bison.
Good play there by Oneman, and I think one thing you're going to have to work on with Isaac Mitchell, that football is kind of hanging and dangling out there.
Mitchell rolling left, throws underneath. Caught. Lucas turns upfield. 30, breaks tackle. 25, 20, and he's run down at the 19-yard line. Kalen Lucas, some nifty footwork there. Be a first down, and for the first time tonight, the Legacy Sabres are inside the Serve Pro Red Zone. 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro as they have it at the 19-yard line of the Mustangs.
19-yard gain, and how about that putting the foot in the ground and changing direction there by Kalen Lucas.
Mitchell throws it underneath, caught turning upfield, and brought down at the 15-yard line. That's Cade Murphy. Samardzija brings him down there. So good gain on first down for the Sabres.
Well, I like the rhythm right now for Legacy, getting in and out of the huddle. That time, perfect play call. I mean, Cheyenne came with a blitz, linebacker from that side, and they threw a quick hitter, about a 5-yard stop route right where that blitz had came from, and allowed Murphy to get loose.
Well, you know who they haven't looked at yet at all, Todd, is the 6'5", 160-pound senior, Lucas Kupfer.
Yeah, take advantage of that catch radius.
Mitchell rolling left, pump fakes. Now he throws a dart. Oh, and it's caught. What a catch there. On the reception was Jack Juleson. And what a bullet by Isaac Mitchell.
Wow. You talk about throwing a football where only your guy can get it.
And that was the spot.
And then catching that thing off the turf. Nice play. Gain of 11. So here come the Sabres.
First and goal to go for the Sabres from the 8-yard line of the Mustangs. This time Mitchell goes under center, eye backfield behind him. Mitchell hands off, fullback. He's got room straight up the middle, spins into the end zone. Touchdown, Easton Mose with a first Sabre touchdown of the year from 8 yards out and put 6 on the board for the Legacy Sabres.
First carry of the night, Easton Mose. You know what that reminded me of? I did a Legacy game last year, and they ran that fullback trap a couple times. Hank Bijou play back at Dickinson State, and I remember Mitchell Wald taking one to the house from about midfield last year. He looked like a locomotive, and here comes Easton Mose for 6.
Well, on to attempt the extra point is Reese Snow, the left-legged kicker. Snap, hold, kick is up. Here's good, and it is. We got a football game. 8:32 to go on the BNC Bank scoreboard. The Sabres strike as they trail 14-7 here from the Sanford Sports Complex. We'll be back after this timeout on the PSP Network. Well, tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State University. The best way to predict your future is to create it. With over 100 areas of study at Minot State, you'll earn the degree for the career you desire. Minot State University. Reminder, we'll have our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Sport Clips will keep you looking your best. Check in online with the hairstyles today at sportclips.com. 2 locations here in the capital city, also located in the Magic City. And we got a football game now, 14-7.
Yeah, 8 plays, 60 yards, and hey, man, it was a good mix there. You got some productive runs from Mose, Empter, and Frank, and then Isaac Mitchell was on the money that time, 4 for 4 on that touchdown drive right there for the Sabres.
Snow to kick it away. Sullivan Irie back to receive. Nope, that is not Irie. That is Race Wilson. 15, 20, 25, breaks a tackle, 30, 35. And he's going to drag a tackler all the way out to the 42-yard line. So a good return there by Race Wilson, and it'll be good starting position for the Mustangs. Kalen Lucas makes the stop there. BNC National Bank, your life is busy. We'll make managing your money easy with locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Visit BNC Bank online, bnc.bank.
Just when Legacy's kind of seized a little bit of momentum, and you might get a kickoff and pin Cheyenne deep and make them give a long field into the wind, and that's a big kickoff return right there for Race Wilson.
So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 42-yard line. Deer hands off. Pennu goes right, cuts back left. He's got room at midfield. He's in Sabre territory. He's ripped down at the 45-yard line. Is Barry Pennu by Yusuf Jama. And so a big play there on 1st down for the Mustangs inside Sabre territory. Spot it at the 44.
Yeah, 16-yard gain. And I tell you what, that left side did a great job there. Petchak and Zeiss, that was a large hole to run through right there.
So 1st and 10 from the Sabre 44-yard line, 8:04 to play. Pennu goes right, cuts back left, now gets it down to the 41-yard line. They spot it just shy of the 40. Steyer makes a stop there for the Sabres.
Well, now I think what you're seeing here is, Cheyenne was really having a nice mix between the pass and the run, and then all of a sudden that last drive, the pass kind of evaporated. So now into the wind, I think you're trying to see Cheyenne try to establish the running game.
2nd down and 7 now. Twins right, single receiver left for the Mustangs. Deer hands off. Pennu goes right, cuts back left, and he's going to be close to a 1st down, spotted at the 35 as Ryan Baker makes a stop there for the Sabres. So it'll be 3rd down and short for the Mustangs as they've got to get it down to the Sabre 34-yard line. So 3rd down and 1 for the Mustangs. And now we go from the aerial attack TD to the ground game of the Mustangs. Well, they fake it to Penn. Now Deer's in trouble, rolling to his left. He's going to run it. He's got the 1st down as he goes out of bounds on the Sabre sideline. I don't know if that was a busted play or what that was, because it almost looked like Deer and Pennu were having a cup of coffee there, and then finally they decided to do something.
Well, thank goodness that the line was blocking it up, because that took forever. I'm glad you couldn't tell what that was, because I don't know if that was a draw or a Statue of Liberty or...
That was something maybe that Jim Dooley could add into his offense, huh?
Possibly. The only thing they didn't have was a campfire. But, hey, credit the athleticism of Caleb Deer to somehow make something out of nothing.
1st and 10 from the Sabre 38-yard line. Now we're going to have a flag, and we're going to get a delay of game. So it'll be a 5-yard penalty as...
And the penalties have started to mount up for Cheyenne. That's number 5 now here in the first half. Legacy's been flagged a couple times, and those were both early on. So
timely services that won't slow you down. No appointment needed. Stay in your car. Drive-through oil change. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. 1st and 15 now. And now we're going to go back to 1st and 10 as the Sabres jumped offside on the hard count by Caleb Deer. So now they exchange penalties. Mark one more up for the Sabres. Now we're back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, the new black helmets for Legacy, Scott, and that's their defensive call now when they break the huddle every time. Is like they call the play and then they're like, ready, dark side.
Deer hands off Penu, trying to get to the edge. He does. Now cuts back inside, spins off a tackle, fights his way down to the 25, may have gotten to the 24-yard line. Did Barry Penu.
Yeah,
Yusuf Jama makes a stop there for
Schumacher in there as well.
Yep.
But hey, but that's a play there where Legacy's going to watch the film on that and say, hey, guys, we had leverage on the perimeter, and then we lost the force, and it allowed Penu to bounce that thing outside, and it turns into an 8-yard gain. So that'll be a learning experience right there for one of those DNs.
2nd down and 2 now from the 25-yard line of the Sabres. 5:58 to go opening half. Deer fakes it. Nope. What are we going to have here? Now we're going to have a false start going to be called. Now we're got laundry flying all over the place here up at the Sanford Sports Complex.
Well, and you're seeing a steady dose here of they're just taking turns. Barry Penu and Caleb Deer. And
yeah, now they're forced into a 2nd down and 7. Or the Mustangs will have our Jobbers Moving and Storage move the game at the conclusion of this one. It's sponsored by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Help you move across town or across the country. Locations at Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. The Mustangs on 2nd down and 7. They fake it. Deer's going to keep it. He's got room to the right. Turns upfield, and he's going to be cut underneath there at the 20-yard line, and that's Frank getting over there to make the stop. But after Deer picked up the 1st down, so the Mustangs have entered the Serve Pro red zone, 24/7 emergency service, trained technicians, advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's Serve Pro. They'll have a 1st and 10 from the Sabre 19.
Such a tough play to defend. I mean, they had Penu completely hemmed in, and then Deer pulls it out of there, and boom, he's on the exterior in a hurry.
Deer on 1st and 10. Fakes it to Penu. He's going to throw it across the middle. Oh, he's got 2 men wide open. Cut into the end zone. Touchdown, Noah Olson. Tack on 6 more for the Mustangs.
Well, you want to know what sets up the pass, Scott? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive runs that were successful, and then bang, a 19-yard completion. And as you said, I mean, that could have been take your pick. He had 2 guys running
wide open,
running twin slants.
You had one, you had one over the top and one underneath, and Olson was the underneath man. He found him, and he walked it right into the end zone. And the Sabres, or the Mustangs, extend their lead to 20-7. Here's Odlin on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Sullivan Ivory. Snap, hold, kick is up into the wind, and appears good, and it is. 5:35 to go, opening half of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's West Fargo Cheyenne 21, Legacy 7. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Agency, we have the privilege of serving our community by helping businesses and individuals protect what matters most. That's why we're proud to be your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, we work with the industry's leading insurance companies and provide our clients a better experience and a better value. For auto, home, business, bonds, life, and health insurance, think the Kramer Agency. See us at our new location at 232 West Century.
Agency, your partner for life.
Well, that whole drive consisted of one pass play, and that pass play resulted in a touchdown for the Mustangs from 19 yards out from Caleb Deer to Noah Olson, and it's 21-7.
Well, they caught Legacy on a blitz, too, so that's the other thing that happened on that play was I think Legacy said, all right, I got enough of this. I'm going to run blitz this thing, and just like that, that's when you call play action. Perfect call for that defense, and that was about as easy it's going to get right there.
As Odlin getting ready to kick it away. I think Odlin's going to be, Odlin's going to kick it off this time.
Yeah, what the heck? I
mean, so we had
Alfonso Bipa was doing a great job.
Yep, and now Chase Odlin will be on to kick it away.
They're offside by about 5 yards.
Yeah, good call there.
It was right on my. I'm about right on the 40-yard line, folks, and somebody on the smoke side of the kickoff coverage they were about the 44. I think they were used to the timing of Beepa kicking it off, and all of a sudden you brought Odlin in there, and it was not timed up very good.
BNC National Bank with locations throughout North Dakota, Minnesota, and Arizona. BNC National Bank provides you with banking and wealth management services for your business and family. Visit BNC Bank online today at bnc.bank. Well, we'll try it again, this time from the 35 as Odlin steps it off.
I tell you what, that's 7 penalties now for Cheyenne. That's the one kind of blemish here in the first half for the Mustangs.
That looked better. That one's angled. A short kick running up on it at the 35 and ripped down right there. On the return was Cade Murphy for the Sabres. Tommy Levine on the stop there. So the Sabres will take over first and 10. 5:32 to go here in the opening half of play. They trail 21-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Oh, hey, Legacy had an answer. Then they gave up that big kickoff return on that last drive to Race Wilson, and it really set Cheyenne up for good field position, and they capitalized.
Isaac Mitchell fakes the handoff. He keeps it, trying to find a spot to go, and he bounces it outside, and that's going to be minimal gain there for Isaac Mitchell. Looked to me, Todd, kind of like a busted play there.
Yeah, it almost looked like it was a zone read, but the spacing between the ride that Mitchell was running with his potential handoff and where Mitchell was, it was kind of like he was faking to nobody.
Exactly.
And so it didn't look quite exactly right.
So 2nd down and 9 after the gain of 1. Trips to the near side of the field. Ball spotted left hash. Handoff and tripped up for a loss there. That one goes to Hayden Empter. Carson Wilkie from his linebacker spot comes up to make the stop there for the Mustangs. So now the Sabres back to a 3rd and 10 situation. Ball spot on their own 37-yard line. Coming in with the play for the Sabres is Cade Murphy, the 5'9", 150-pound senior wide receiver. Hands the play off to Isaac Mitchell. Now Mitchell sends twins left and twins right. Mitchell back to pass, steps up, looks left, and he overthrows the intended receiver, who was a man who brought the play in, Cade Murphy, and that's going to bring up 4th down and a punt situation now for the Sabres, trailing 21-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 4:15 to go here in the opening half of play.
Yeah, and the reason that that one sailed is you had Petschak and Jackson Becker that had a great push on the interior of that Cheyenne defensive line. Didn't allow Mitchell to step into that throw, and he kind of short-stepped it, and the ball just completely sailed over his intended receiver.
Visca back to punt it away. Irie and Snow.
Visca saying, thank you, I get to punt with the wind.
Low snap. Visca goes down and gets it. Angles one. Fair catch called for at the 35, and falling down there was Race Wilson. And so that's where the Mustangs will take over, leading 21-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 4:09 to go. Glad to have you aboard on the PSP Network. Todd Domery, Scott Woodmansey, Johnny Haugen on the camera from Dakota Community Bank and Trust Field, Sanford Sports Complex. Opening night in the capital city for high school football.
Scott, you mentioned that Cheyenne defense losing 10 of their 11 statistical leaders from last year. They've held up pretty good here in the first half.
Yeah, they have. Sabres show blitz. Oh, Deer's got all kinds of room. 40, 45, 50, turns upfield, 45-40, cuts back inside, 30, 25-20. He's dragging tacklers down to the 15, but hang on. There's Laundry way back here at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, great run, great call, and the athleticism again of Caleb Deer. And boy, he's got an extra gear.
Yeah, he does.
And he's elusive and a strong kid and they can break tackles and whatever else. But what happened there was you had one of your wide receivers downfield. And when those guys hold, everybody sees them, including every zebra, every person in the stands. And everybody kind of groaned and said, oh, that's going back.
Well, the Sabres saw a deer in the headlights there, but to no avail. If you're a Mustang fan, as they bring this one all the way back to
this is a debate that Chuck Claremont and I have had for years. I'm going to give Deer a 12-yard gain, and then we're going to bring it back 10 on the penalty.
Yeah,
that's how I'm going to. That's how I'm going to go about that. We've had that discussion a lot of times.
So a 1st down and 9 as Deer Penu straight up the middle, tried to bounce the outside. Oh, good open field tackle there. I believe that was Braden Lean on the stop there. Good tackle there by Lean. So to bring up 2nd down. We'll call it 7. They're going to say it's 7 to go for the Mustangs. They lead 21-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 3:19 to go here in the opening half.
I don't got enough slots in my score sheet for penalties. That's 8 now on Cheyenne.
Deer coming to the near side, turns upfield, bounce outside. He's at midfield, 45-40 in Sabre territory. Down the tiptoes, down the sideline, and pushed out of bounds at the. Oh, they're going to say he stepped. Where did he step out? They're going to say he stepped out back at the 28-yard line. Hayden Emter pushed him out of bounds. Nope, we're going to spot it at the 29, but nonetheless a big play there. And right back are the Mustangs inside Sabre territory, 1st and 10 from the Legacy 29-yard line.
Boy, he is slippery, and they start running that misdirection. You get Caleb Deer out in space. That's a quick 32-yard gain right there.
Deer fakes the handoff. He's in trouble. Now he's rolling out. Oh, he's got a man. He finally finds him caught turning upfield at the 19-yard line, and run down there was Race Wilson. And that'll be enough for a 1st down. Good heads-up play there by Caleb Deer as he was in trouble in the backfield.
Yeah, Hayden Emter with the stop, but you look like Fran Tarkington there. Or let me bring that into current context. How about Kyler Murray? Most people don't even remember Fran Tarkington anymore, but I mean that's a passing play, and all of a sudden he's scrambling around, and you lose contain in a hurry.
And the Mustangs are back inside the Serve Pro red zone. 1st and 10 from the Sabre 11. Penu breaking tackles, trying to get to the outside, cuts it back inside, still on its feet across the 10 down to the 9. All that work there, I believe, got him 2 yards. Oh, no. Oh, we're going to spot it at the 10. It was originally spotted at the 16. Seabach makes a stop there. So it'll be 2nd and 4 after that gain of 6 by Barry Penu. As once again, the Mustangs are knocking on the door with 1:57 to play.
Yeah,
opening half.
Back into the red zone immediately.
Here's Deer. Penu goes right, cuts back up the middle, into the end zone. Touchdown, Barry Penu from 10 yards out, and tack on 6 more for the Mustangs from West Fargo, Cheyenne.
His 2nd TD of the night, Scott, and all of a sudden the rushing yards are piling up for Cheyenne. That's now 15 carries for 76 yards for Barry Penu, and the 2 touchdowns, as we mentioned, and Caleb Deer, 7 carries for 74 yards for him and a touchdown. So that running game, that vaunted running game, looks a little different this year.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I mean? It's more of an ISO and a quarterback read.
Well, we didn't see him last year much, the Mustangs, and called Chase Moon on the way over here and asked him if they would still run the same stuff. Yep, they'll still run that same wing T stuff. Nope. Well, guess what? They will not. As the extra point is up and good by Odlin. 1:48 to go in the opening half on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's West Fargo Cheyenne 28, Legacy 7. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network. Here we go, where they get it into Doppler up the near side. 3, 2 seconds, 1 second. Doppler rises right wing, 3, bingo! Oh! Anthony Doppler wins it at the buzzer! Barry Pennu with his second timeout of the night. As there you see the Legacy Sabres sideline. As we're about ready to kick this one off, as Odland's going to walk it off. Approaches it, and it'll be a short kick, fielded at the 22-yard line. Murphy across the 30 and out to the 34-yard line goes Caden Murphy for the Sabres. So the Sabres will have a minute 44 to try to cut into this lead before the halftime break. 28-7 our score.
Yeah, that, it's a 7-play drive, Scott, but 83 yards. I mean, that was in a hurry for the Cheyenne Mustangs. A lot of big plays. I mean, runs of 5, 6, 10, 12, 32, pass plays of 18-yard completion to Race Wilson. I mean, so that was just, there's a lot of chunk plays there for Cheyenne.
Ooh, the center was late getting onto the field. That's not a good sign.
That's a problem.
Mitchell, they send a man in motion. He gets it on the sweep, and boy, he's not going to go anywhere. That's Jet Hoffman. As Jet ran the sweep, put it together. It's the Jet sweep.
Yeah, and we talked about the force and the leverage, and that time you had Grant Knodel that time as looked like Legacy might have had something brewing there on that jet sweep, and then it's like, oh, nope, he's not going to get outside, and down he goes.
2nd down and 10, no gain on that carry for the Sabres. Minute 12 to go as Mitchell once again. He's going to keep it on. He's going to go straight up the middle, and he falls forward out to the 39-yard line. And so to bring up a 3rd down and 7 to go for the Sabres as we're in a minute to play, 50 seconds to play here in.
Well, they recalibrated the timeouts, obviously. We thought that there was one timeout between the two teams. Look, Cheyenne's got 2 timeouts. Maybe every touchdown you score, you get a timeout back.
3rd and 7. Now they motion to the near side. They hand off, and that's Lucas Kupfer. That's his first touch of the night, and he's going to lose 2 yards on that carry. And I believe that's probably going to be the final play of the opening half as the play clock's at 29, the game clock's at 13. And I believe that's exactly what head coach Chris Clements is going to do. He's going to let it wind down. And 2-1. And there's your horn, and that will lead us into our halftime break here from the Sanford Sports Complex. As we go to break on the BNC Bank scoreboard, it's West Fargo Cheyenne 28, Legacy 7. We'll be back with our halftime show after this timeout on the PSP Network.
All right, bring it up. Come on. Someone's got to call a play. All right, let's go. I right, zoom, spider 2, Y banana. You don't like that one? Okay. I right 40 power? No. You don't want that one either? All right, go Kickoff. Get out of here. Let's go.
First Western is your independent community bank with all the online conveniences you want and an experienced team you can count on.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Well, welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex on one of our 2A games of the night on our Sport Clips halftime break as West Fargo Cheyenne leads 28-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. And earlier today, Todd Dahmer has had a chance to not only is football going on, but we've got the East-West Classic going on, as you see there, Mountain High and Valley City with a nice little rally going on, taking place today and tomorrow as volleyball in full swing as well.
You're going to get all the East teams against the West teams, hosted by Legacy here at Hauser Gymnasium at Carl Guard. And you get a little
shot at Dickinson and Red River going at it right there. As so we got some football going on, and also we've got some volleyball going on in the capital city. Well, Todd, 28-7 at the break, and you know, I don't. Interesting first half. I mean, 28-7 offensively. Legacy struggling a little bit. West Fargo Cheyenne proven that offensively they're probably going to have a pretty good offensive team, but story of that first half for a team that leads by 3 touchdowns was those first half penalties that head coach Jeremy Newton's got to get cleaned up.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis at halftime here for Coach Newton, but there's a lot of things that you'd be happy with too for Cheyenne. I thought they tackled really well in that first half, and they have an identity, right? They showed me that they got a pretty good 1-2 punch in that backfield with Barry Panu and Caleb Deere. The only 2 guys that ran the football in the first half for Cheyenne. They picked up some big yardage, and then Deere was doing his thing, running and throwing the football. So that's a team now that, hey, it's a new style offense. They haven't ran that particular scheme. Maybe they've done it in little portions, but man, they look like they're going exclusively to it now, and it looked awful impressive in that first half.
Well, and they've got some guys that can catch football as well too. Certainly a team that that is going to offensively, they're certainly going to be able to show some things offensively. So 28-7 Legacy, they got to get some things figured out. As you talked about one team that I think probably found an identity. There's another team that I think it's going to take them a couple games to figure out what that identity is.
Yeah, and I mean, the one thing for Legacy I'd look at in that first half and say, wow, how good did we look on an 8-play, 60-yard touchdown drive? I mean, they had a great mix. They had Frank running the football. They had Mitchell running the football. Mitchell was 4 for 4 passing the football, so they blocked it up nice on that one drive. So that's the thing, if I'm Legacy, I'm hanging my hat on in the first 24 minutes.
Well, we got 24 to go, but before that, we'll take another timeout here on the PSP Network. We come back. Todd Domrys will have a look at the first half individual and team numbers. On the BNC Bank scoreboard, it's West Fargo Cheyenne 28, Legacy 7. Back with more on our Sport Clips halftime report after this timeout on the PSP Network.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Agency, we have the privilege of serving our community by helping businesses and individuals protect what matters most. That's why we're proud to be your locally owned independent insurance agency. As an independent insurance agency, we work with the industry's leading insurance companies and provide our clients a better experience and a better value. For auto, home, business, bonds, life, and health insurance, think the Kramer Agency. See us at our new location at 232 West Century.
Agency, your partner for life.
Todd Army, Scott Woodmansey back at the Sanford Sports Complex, Dakota Community Bank Field here at Legacy High School at halftime. Cheyenne Mustangs lead the Legacy Sabres. Time now for your Sport Clips halftime numbers. First off, team stats look like this. Rushing the football, Legacy carried it 14 times for 50 yards in that first half. Isaac Mitchell throwing the football, 6 of 11 for 59 yards, 109 yards of total offense for Legacy in the first half. Cheyenne counters with 22 carries for 150 yards, all of those by Deere and Pinu. And then throwing the football, Caleb Deere, 7 and 11 for 104 yards, 254 yards of offense for Cheyenne, 109 for the Legacy Sabres. Here's your individual numbers as, again, Cheyenne leads 28-7 here at halftime. First off for the Legacy Sabres, led on the ground by the 22 yards of Isaac Mitchell. The quarterback carries it 5 times for those 22 yards. Jared Frank, 4 carries for 17 yards. Hayden Emter, couple totes for 4 yards. Easton Mose, 1 carry, and he hit pay dirt from 8 yards out for Legacy's lone touchdown the first half. Jet Hoffman has a carry for no gain, and Lucas Cup for hogtied for a -1 yard loss on his lone carry of the night. Isaac Mitchell, as mentioned, throwing the football, 6 of 11 for 59 yards in the first half. His favorite receiver was Kalen Lucas, 3 grabs for 27 yards. Jet Hoffman, 1 catch for 14. Cade Murphy, 2 catches for 7 yards. And 1 grab for Jack Juleson for 11 yards. Legacy punted it 4 times, and they were penalized 3 times for 25 yards. For the Cheyenne Mustangs, leading by 21 here on your Sport Clips intermission reports, is Barry Pinu led the way on the ground. 15 carries, 76 yards for the senior tailback, as he's got 2 touchdowns in the contest on the ground. Again, a team high 76 yards, but right behind him was Caleb Deere. 7 carries for 74 yards for the QB, Caleb Deere, and he had a touchdown run in the first quarter for Cheyenne. Throwing the football, the quarterback Deere, 7 of 11, 104 yards in the first half and a touchdown. His favorite receiver was Race Wilson, 3 catches for 60 yards. Noah Olson, 2 catches and a touchdown for 31 yards. Cooper Bryant with a grab for 6, and Colby Walter with 1 catch for 7 yards. Cheyenne didn't punt in the first half, and they were penalized 8 times. So that'll be the one lone area of emphasis for Jeremy Newton and the Cheyenne Mustangs. There's your Sport Clips halftime numbers.
Well, Todd, let's take a look to what we got coming up here on the PSP Network. Is tonight kicks it off for us for the 2023-24 season. Next week, we got a little volleyball.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Mandan at Minot on Tuesday, and then Century and St. Mary's go at it in early crosstown rivalry on Thursday, and then another doubleheader night of football. Legacy travels up to take on Minot, and Century goes across the Big Muddy to take on the Mandan Braves.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff there. I mean, Mandan, who was playing well today in the East-West crossover in volleyball. Minot's got a good group coming back. Century, I'm sure they'll reload. St. Mary's got some good kids back. So there'll be a couple good volleyball matchups there. And then, hey, we're just getting started on Friday Night Lights. And so that's a big week already on the PSP Network.
It certainly is, as we are at halftime on the BNC Bank scoreboard. At the break, the Mustangs from West Fargo Cheyenne leads Legacy by a score of 28-7. Our Sport Clips intermission report rolls on with more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Well, welcome back to our Sport Clips intermission report, where on the BNC Bank scoreboard, West Fargo Cheyenne leads 28-7 over the Legacy Sabres. As we did mention, other action taking place tonight. If you missed it, Minot in town to take on St. Mary's. That one's underway. That got started about a half hour after this game did. Williston's on the road to take on the Bruins from Fargo South. West Fargo in town to take on the Century Patriots. Bismarck on the road to take on the defending state champions, the Deacons from Fargo Shanley, and Mandan at Fargo Davies. So, Todd, some intriguing matchups we talked about a little bit in the pregame, but I don't know if maybe we'll get some clarity of where the East and where the West stands after this weekend on the two-way football side.
Yeah, I think the one that kind of jumps off the page there is two ranked teams playing with Mandan and Fargo Davies. That one's going to tell, I think, folks quite a bit. You got a bunch of new characters playing for the Mandan Braves, but man, their quarterback is, if he's as advertised, that could be a good thing going for the Mandan Braves once again.
Well, then kind of a development with Fargo Davies. Mason Claybo, certainly a young man who has all the athletic ability in the world, was their starting quarterback, and I know he had a good season, a summer season of basketball, and then he had some sort of hip surgery, and he is not elected to play football. So I think he's kind of put the football pads away for the rest of his high school career.
Yeah, and one scoreboard update here, Scott, is you got at halftime Century leading West Fargo 24-14. So a couple ones I was looking for here, but sometimes those things don't get posted that soon in the early season. So Century on the road has a lead at Cheyenne.
Yeah, we'll try to see if we can effort an update from our colleagues up at Dan Schmeeker Field. Chuck Claremont, Nick Hallberg with the call for you.
Yeah, it's a Friday night frenzy. There's a lot of games going on. That's statewide, right?
That's statewide, man. As we are about ready to go here, as the Sabres want to thank you for tuning into our Sport Clips post-game report. Sport Clips brings you the MVP this. That's later in the ball game. Sport Clips will keep you looking your best. Check in online with the hairstylist today. SportClips.com. You'll hear that in the move of the game. You'll hear both those inside the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads post-game report. Shots Crossroads, your post-game headquarters. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. And Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedoms. Well, the boot is away by Reese Snow, and it's going to be fielded by Irie. 20, 25, 30, and spins out. Nope, that I stand corrected. That was not Reese Snow. Did I say? No, that was not Irie. That was Race Wilson. Reese Snow kicked it off. Race Wilson returned it, and the Mustangs will have it first down and 10 from their own 31-yard line.
You know, the other team that's in action tonight that we're going to bring into the West region here in a few years is Minot North, the Sentinels.
Oh, yeah, the Sentinels, yep.
Yeah, playing a varsity football game tonight in Des Lacs, Burlington.
Yeah, there you have it. Well, here we go as the Mustangs have it, first and 10 from their own 31-yard line. Oh, and then we're going to get a penalty right away to start the second half, and I'm sure not what Coach Chris Clements wanted to see starting this second half.
I mean, why not? We had a dozen penalties in the first half. So let's see if we
Why
can.
not start out the second half with one, huh?
Let's see if we can top that.
11 more to go. Now it's first and 5 as they mark it out to the 36-yard line for Caleb Deere and the Mustangs offense. Hands off Penu, bounces to the outside, turns upfield, 40, and dives forward out to the 43-yard line. Yusuf Jama making the stop there.
I tell you what, Yusuf, he comes up and hits people. He's been on a number of tackles tonight for the Legacy Sabres as Cade Murphy comes off a little bit gimpy there for Legacy. So they got a new corner in there now, does Legacy.
First and 10 now. Here's Deere on the option coming to the near side. He's going to keep it. He turns the corner midfield and out of bounds he goes at the 45. Flag comes in, and I believe they're going to.
You're going to get Colby
Walter. Yep.
Yeah. When number 0 or number 1 is holding, that's usually automatic. And there was the corner, Lucas Kupfer was trying to come up and make a play and got tangled up. And another big gain negated by a hold on Cheyenne, I beg your pardon.
Yeah, so Cheyenne with their, well, I guess it's 1-1 now in the second half, isn't it, Todd?
9 penalties already tonight on Cheyenne.
So now that's going to take them all the way back to the 35-yard line. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State University. Minot State University, be seen, be heard, BU. Minot State University. First down and 17 now for the Mustangs. Ball spotted short side of the field. Penu behind Deere. He's going to option it. Now he options Penu. Gets a block on the outside, turns it inside, now gets back outside, and he's driven out of bounds. Oh, here comes a late hit on the far sideline at midfield by the Sabres as Penu was out of bounds, and then he got roughed up by none other than Yusuf Jama.
Yeah, we just
he is all over the football field, isn't he?
We just told the exploits of Yusuf Jama, and that time he gave him a little bit of too much business on the sideline there. So, yeah, it ends up being a 8-yard run for Penu, and then tack on 15 more for a little roughing out of bounds.
So they will mark this now. We'll go into Sabre territory, and we'll spot it at the Sabre 39-yard line. 11:19 to play here, third quarter, 28-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. Mustangs with the lead. They have the football. Caleb Deere, the quarterback, fakes it. Throws across the middle. He's got Wilson trying to shake off a tackler. He's going to be stood up on the stop there. That was Carter Zins. But that's going to be after a big play and a first down for the Legacy Sabres. Spotted just shy of the 20 at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, another 14 yards. And there's sort of a little chemistry already building there between Caleb Deere and Race Wilson. That's their fourth hookup tonight 74 yards of receiving for Race Wilson. Man, when Cheyenne is clicking on cylinders like this, running and passing the football, they are in system.
They certainly are. They're proven that, or they're showing they're going to be a dangerous team to contend with. There's Wilson, wide open, touchdown, Cheyenne. All alone from 35 yards out, Deere to Wilson, and tack on 6 more for the Mustangs from West Fargo, Cheyenne.
Yeah, did we just say it was looking easy? That looked easy.
Yeah, that looked real easy right there. Little play action there by Caleb Deere and allowing Race Wilson to break open, and into the end zone goes Race Wilson for another Mustang touchdown.
Yeah, there's your.
Why did we add? We added. Looks like we added the points. No, there they go. Now they're going to take the 6 off of there. Here's the extra point is up. Oh, and he missed that one. Did Chase Odland. So 10:55 to go in quarter number 3 of the BNC Bank scoreboard. It's West Fargo Cheyenne 34, Legacy 7. Back with more after this timeout on the PSP Network. All right, tonight's game, folks, is brought to you in part by Jersey Mike's. Make sure to vote for this week's Jersey Mike's Player of the Week on the PSP Network Facebook page, Jersey Mike's. Hey, they're a sub above. Love our friends at Jersey Mike's.
Sounds good right about now, doesn't it?
Boy, I'll tell you, it certainly does. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why we don't have a Jersey Mike's here. They got one at Minot. They got one at Fargo. Could somebody get a Jersey Mike's here?
4 plays, 58 yards on that touchdown drive, 15-yard personal foul, and the Sabres aided it. So, but 2 big completions, those last 2 passes from Deere to Wilson's with 35 yards worth of yardage there, including the touchdown.
Short kick by Odland, run up and received there by Cade Murphy, and Murphy's going to be brought down at the 29-yard line, and that's where the Sabres will start 1st and 10. Braden Olson making the stop there. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 7, and Saturdays, 8:30 to 3. UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. That is the UPS store.
Yeah, Cheyenne up over 300 yards now of total offense in the game. Legacy 109.
1st and 10 now for the Sabres from their own 29-yard line. Isaac Mitchell back to pass, looking across the middle, and caught and dropped there. Good defensive play by Noah Olson, also back in coverage there for, that was Grant Henney. Intended receiver was Cade Murphy. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now from the 29-yard line.
How many times have you seen this listed on the roster where you got a guy that's the strong safety / ripper?
I saw that on there. I was wondering I didn't know if that was a misspelling or if you were
no, that's all.
To put the Grim Reaper instead put Ripper. I don't know. Mitchell fires one out to the flat, and it's going to be caught and brought down there. Quickly was Kalen Lucas. On the coverage was Carson Wilkie.
That's been the favorite receiver tonight for Isaac Mitchell. Kalen Lucas now 4 catches on the evening to lead Legacy, and let's see if the Sabres can pick up a 3rd and short here.
Yep, 3rd and 2 now for the Sabres from their own 29-yard line. Oh, I stand corrected, not 29-yard line. They was looking at the scoreboard, and the scoreboard has 29. They're at the 36. And going nowhere is going to be Isaac Mitchell as he is met violently in the backfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down in a punt situation. Kason Menz making the stop there for the Mustangs, and so the Mustangs are going to get pretty good field position again with 9:41 to play here in
I might have been wrong on that.
Quarter number 3.
That might have been Mansky. I thought that was 10, but I might have had that wrong. It was too good of a hit to not get it right.
Oh, nice kick there by Visca, and a fair catch called for at the 30-yard line by Race Wilson. So here comes the Mustang offense again, as they will have it 1st and 10 inside their own territory. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by Northern Plains Heating and Air. They have over 25 years of experience as your heating and air experts, as the factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. There's no other choice to seal your heating and air game other than Northern Plains Heating and Air. Find them online at northern-plains.com. First down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Yeah, best punt of the night there for Alex Visca, Scott. 41 yards. That was his best effort.
Deer hands off. Penu goes right, cuts back inside, breaks a tackle, 35. Ooh, he's tripped up there. Nice open field tackle at the 35. And that was Empter on the tackle, but that was after a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3 now for the Mustangs. They lead 34-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
I like the halftime adjustments for Legacy, or excuse me, Cheyenne. I mean, they moved down the field, got a touchdown very efficiently, and now force a 3 and out, and now they're establishing Penu, and that's a couple physical runs right there. They're going to get him a 1st down, and he's getting very close to a 100-yard night. Yeah,
and Penu right there knocked the helmet off of Nash Berquist, who was in there in that up front for the Sabres, and that's going to be a 1st down now for the Mustangs, leading this one 34-7, and they're going to be, I think, somewhat content of keeping this thing on the ground. Just as I say that, they throw a pass, and it's going to be bobbled, and almost picked off in the vicinity there was Braden Lean. He couldn't grasp it, and it'll be passably incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Mustangs.
Yeah, and then it popped up, and it looked like Carter Zins might have a chance at it. And Penu now, Scott, 18 carries, 96 yards. So he's just right on the cusp of getting that bonus for a 100-yard game. Getting you ready for fantasy football.
I noticed you slipped in the bonus right there. Now 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs. Option, Penu. Cuts inside, turns upfield. He's at midfield, 45-40, 35-30. He's got blockers down the far sideline to the 10 and pushed out of bounds. At the 7-yard line goes Barry Penu. There's the bonus if you got Barry in your fantasy football league in North Dakota, as he has just got the Mustangs inside the ServPro Red Zone, 24/7 emergency service trained technicians. Advanced technology, fire and water cleanup and restoration. It's ServPro. Nifty design play there, Todd.
Well, and the best was the blocking on the edge by the wide receivers. They've had a couple holds there, but that time Noah Olson, Race Wilson, Colby Walter, man, they blocked that option play up very nicely on a 49-yard gallop.
1st and goal to go from the 9-yard line. They throw a slant pattern. And it was thrown behind Race Wilson there, who was the intended receiver. Deer knew it. Carter Zins on the coverage, so it'll be 2nd and goal to go from the 9-yard line.
It's easy to do. I mean, Zins was actually in pretty good position as the safety, so as the quarterback, that's the only guy you're reading on that play. Is if that safety jumps that thing, it's probably a good thing by Deer just to kind of short hop that one.
So 2nd down and goal to go from the 9. Deer, Penu stands alongside him. Deer's going to keep it. Angles to the sideline, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 5. I'm guessing this is going to be 4-down territory now for the Mustangs. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go. They're going to spot it at the 4-yard line with 7:52 to go. Clock stops on Deer getting pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, you might work on the special teams, bring out Odland, see if he can knock in a 3-pointer. But I tend to agree with this. Probably 4-down territory.
Deer, he's going to keep it again. Faked everybody out, cuts back inside, tiptoes over the goal line, touchdown from 3 yards out, and it's 40-7 West Fargo Cheyenne.
They just take turns, don't they? I mean, you go Penu, and then all of a sudden the defense pull a little lead option out of there and a zone read, and what a great read that time by Caleb Deere. And then they almost had that called because I was watching the tight end, and he was seal blocking. So you know what I mean? They almost knew that Deere was going to make that read on that particular play.
Chase Odlin on to attempt the extra point. Missed the last one. Here's a snap. I read the hold. Kick is up. It appears good. And it is. 7:23 to go. Third quarter of play on the BNC Bank scoreboard. It is West Fargo Cheyenne 41, Legacy 7. Back after this timeout on the PSP Network.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
Well, there's a good shot of the folks in attendance here tonight at the Sanford Sports Complex, and it's been all West Fargo Cheyenne as they lead this one 41-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard. With 7:19 left to play as Odlin set to kick it away. And we will experience now our first running clock of the season, which evolves at 30 and a little pooch kick there. And it was corralled by Dax Frank at the 37-yard line. So that's where the Sabres will take over.
Yeah, and now if you're Legacy, Scott, you're looking for something positive.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to put a drive together. And I'm curious to see if the number ones. I see a few new numbers out there. You see a few guys that.
Yeah, I see Hunter Peterson. No, he was in there at left guard.
Still see Race Wilson and Noah Olson out there, so the secondary is intact.
Handoff over the left side goes Empter, and tried to cut back and fell down. Grant Henney there to make the stop for the Mustangs. 41-7 our score on the BNC Bank scoreboard. 6:55 to play here in quarter number 3 from the Sanford Sports Complex on the campus of Legacy High School. 2nd and 9.
That wind that would have been at the back of Legacy is.
Oh, ball's on the loose. And Mitchell gets the bounce, but then he is just swarmed under back at the 35-yard line. Tommy Ottoman in there to make the stop.
Yeah, loss of a couple there. That's just bad timing. I mean, you got a guy going in motion, and the snap comes back and hits him in the shoulder, and then, man, that football's oblong, and that was lucky for Legacy. Speaking of that, we haven't had a turnover tonight, have we? No. Been a clean game that way.
Yeah.
Been
outside of the penalties.
20 penalties almost on the night.
Down the far sideline, a man out there and overthrows. Mitchell overthrows his intended receiver, Kupfer. There we see Lucas Kupfer's first look of an apparent pass, and Mitchell just threw it over the outstretched arms down that far sideline, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Sabres, trailing 41-7 on the BNC Bank scoreboard.
Hey, you like the idea, though, right? I mean, Kupfer got a touchdown late in the year against Fargo Davies in the postseason, and they kind of figured, hey, we got something brewing here with this big 6'5" receiver.
Another good kick there by Visca, taken by, a fair catch called for by Sullivan Ivory, and now here come the Mustangs again, and I'm guessing we'll see, and I'm not guessing, but we'll see if Caleb Deere continues to run that offense, and what a night that young man's had for West Fargo Cheyenne. I've been impressed by this football team as they certainly are letting the folks out here in the West that they're going to be one that's going to contend for a spot in that Dakota Bowl championship game.
Yeah, you got a new quarterback in there now,
yes,
Scott.
Yes, we do, as Caden Olson in at quarterback now for the Mustangs, as Olson hands off, and new tailback in there as well. That is Tate Herman. So Olson. Caden Olson is a 6'2", 175-pound junior, and Tate Herman, 6 foot, 190-pound junior.
And these are invaluable reps right here for these kids. I mean, as young as these teams are and pretty much reloading at the varsity level, these kids, no way that they've played varsity yet.
Yep. Oh, Olson's going to keep it. Over the right side, he's got the first down. Out across the 40-yard line goes Caden Olson. So we'll move the chains as the clock continues to wind it down to 4:06.
Hey, man, it doesn't look exactly like Pinu and Deer, but, hey, that's 12 yards and another set of downs. I mean, you get Caden Olson back there and you get Tate Herman, and still looks pretty good.
So 1st and 10 now for the Mustangs as Caleb Deer's night is done at quarterback. Olson, he's going to throw a pass, and he finds his receiver across the 45. That one's completed to Caleb Haas.
Yeah, nice on-time delivery. Wasn't expecting that necessarily, but
no.
Hey, you're getting reps. Hey, you mentioned Caleb Deer. How about the night by him? He's going to finish 9 of 14 passing for 139 yards, 2 touchdowns. And how about the effort on the ground? 9 carries, 83 yards, and 2 more touchdowns. So the quarterback Caleb Deer tonight accounts for 4 TDs for the Mustangs.
Yeah, pretty efficient night for that young man here as it's 2nd down and 3 now. Quarterback Caden Olson. Tate Herman stands alongside him. Herman gets the handoff, goes right, cuts back up the middle, across midfield, 45, eludes a tackler to the 40, and he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I'm trying to look
at Tate Herman.
Yeah, and hey, that's a quick 12 there for Herman, by the way, and this is not the same O-line. I thought maybe they had the ones in there on the O-line, but man, we got some new guys up there. You got Preston King, you got Isaac Zeiss.
Well, yeah, and then you got Oneman in there playing wide receiver now as well, too, for the Mustangs.
Yep.
Here's Olson again. Hands off, Herman. And he's going to have nowhere to go. Good defensive play there. And making the stop for the Sabres, that was Connor Lang, 5'10 junior.
I guess you had some of the ones in there up there. So you had Zeiss, you had Mowry. Maybe a couple that have been replaced there, but
yeah, I see 53. I see is in there.
Yeah, you got Jackson Becker.
So 2nd down and 10 now for the Mustangs from the Sabre 40-yard line. Olson's going to fire a pass across the middle. He threw it behind his intended receiver. That's Haas again. On the coverage there, that was Zins, and he limps off the field as Carter Zins. Coming in for Zins is Lincoln Lamar, 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore. So it'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Mustangs. Ball spotted on the Sabre 40-yard line. Mustangs lead 41-7 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Olson, he's going to keep it. Gets out of one tackle, tries to elude another one. He does. He's slippery when wet is Caleb Olson, and going to get a couple of yards down to the 38. So that'll bring up a 4th down, and we got to run more play as the play clock down to 27.
I guarantee I can hear the practice on Monday and potentially Tuesday for Legacy. How many times tonight have they had somebody in the crosshairs in the backfield and they've let them slip away? I mean, they've had chances for TFLs the entire night. Mm-hmm. Deer and Pino are slippery guys, but there's been a number of missed tackles. There's been tackling emphasis on Monday for Legacy.
Legacy shows blitz. Olsen back to pass. He looks down the far. He's got Oneman, throws a jump ball, and it's going to be picked off. As is underthrown, and on the interception there, that was Cade Murphy. So there's a positive for the Legacy Sabres, but that pass was a little. Oneman comes in at 6'8", and Cade Murphy comes in at 5'9".
So you're saying it was underthrown?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, that's the young guy, quarterback. Olsen, the junior, and he even put some more air into that one next time, I guarantee, and let his big receiver go up and get it.
So Isaac Mitchell back out there with the offense, and he hands off. Here comes Mose over the over the right side. Easton Mose getting some tough yards, as they may have found a little something in this young man and Easton Mose, and that's going to end the third quarter of play here from the Sanford Sports Complex. On the BNC Bank scoreboard as we go to break, it is West Fargo Cheyenne 41, Legacy 7. Back with the fourth and final quarter after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Finding the right bank can be transformative for your small business. The best bank for your business will offer competitive fees and so much more. At BNC National Bank, our team is proud to offer you a helpful, supportive, above and beyond banking relationship. Starting to stress about the complexities of qualifying for a small business loan? BNC can guide you through the process with much less stress and likely far more success. Speak to one of our team members today.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Well, out of the timeout, Connor Lang took it over the left side, picked up a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sabres, trailing 41-7 as we enter the fourth and final quarter here. As Mitchell goes under center, eye backfield behind him. Mitchell rolling left. He throws it out. He's got a man out there. Oh, good play there. Intended receiver was Visca, knocked down by Isaiah Lincoln. 6'1", 180-pound junior on a nice play there. It looked like a good pass there by Mitchell, but better defensive play by Lincoln.
Well, and, I like the aggressiveness of Isaac Mitchell. He had a underneath receiver come out of the backfield wide open, and he said, nope, I think Visca's got a step here, but a terrific play there by a backup corner, Isaiah Lincoln, the junior.
2nd down and 10. Mitchell hands off over the right side. There goes Connor Lang, and he's going to be stood up for a gain of 1 yard.
Yeah, he got
bring up 3rd and 9.
He got smoked pretty good there by Cooper Bryant, as he's now calling the plays for that defensive unit for Cheyenne.
Yeah, we got some new kids in there too, I think, Todd, on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, you got Braden Olson out there. You got Tate Herman playing a little D.
Broken play, and Mitchell's got to make something out of nothing, and he was unable to do so. And that'll bring up a 4th down situation. Here comes the punt team as the clock winds to 10 minutes to play. Braden Olson making the stop there for the Mustangs.
Yeah, also got Adam Foley out there for Cheyenne. You get big Alfonso Bipa coming in on the D-line.
Race Wilson. Sullivan Irie back to receive the punt of Alex Visca. Ooh, I'm not quite sure what was going on there. They got a man on the field. As he was coming on the field, they snapped it. So now it looks like Sabres look a little disorganized right now, but
well, they were thinking that ball didn't tiptoe the sideline there, and it actually took a great Sabre roll, but the Zebras had already blown it dead and said, nope, that went out of bounds.
So the Mustangs will take over, 1st and 10. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Prestwich Orthodontics, specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. We offer free consultations and financing options to make it easy to take your smile to the next level. Call them at 852-2646 or visit mybraces.com today to get started with a free virtual consultation. Prestwich Orthodontics. And also Roger Ward Moving and Storage. They've been proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. Find them online at rogerwardmovingandStorage.com to schedule a move or to find a quote. Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Reminder, stay tuned for our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads post-game report. Straight up the middle goes Tate Herman in there at tailback. You'll hear our Braxton Hager makes a stop. You'll hear our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Also our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. As we got a dinged up Sabre on the field. I can see the 2 in the number, but I'm not sure who else. What actual number that is. Oh, now he's getting up. Yeah, and that was 2. That's Kalen Lucas as he comes off. They carry him off the field. 5'8", 125-pound junior.
Trey Lance got traded?
Oh, he did, huh?
To the boys. The Cowboys.
Oh, the Dallas Cowboys. Interesting.
I was out here searching for some scores to give you a scoreboard update, and I'm like, whoa, what's this?
Well, I heard there was talk earlier, too, about that the Vikings should make a play for him, but apparently not. Apparently Jerry Jones must see something in Trey Lance, so there you have it. Nice pass there out in the flat, caught by Caleb Haas. And he gets across the 40 up. Oh, and we got another player down for the Legacy Sabres. The clock will stop at, well, they don't see it yet. Clock continues to wind. Now they stop it with 8:29. They bring up a 3rd down and 10 as they tend to the injured player on the field. With that, we'll take a quick timeout right here on the PSP Network. 41-7. West Fargo. Oh, no, now they're going to get him up off the field. And, boy, that's not a good sign either there. Now comes Jared Frank, your starting running back.
Yeah, you're trying to develop depth right now, not lose depth. So that's tough.
Yes, it is. So Frank is carried off the field, as it will get him to the sideline. Now we restart the clock, and away we go as Caden Olsen coming near side is Tate Herman, and he's going to be swarmed under for a loss of about 3 or 4 on that carry, and that'll bring up a 4th down situation.
Yeah, it looked like it was Brett Miller.
Yeah, number 52 there, Brett Miller making the stop. Back to receive the punt, Jack Juleson.
Well, this is a first. Cheyenne. They haven't punted yet tonight.
Yeah, guess who the punter is? Look at that punt. Drives Juleson back to the 25. Eludes one tackle. Still comes near side. 35-40. 45. Shakes and bakes midfield. And he's inside Cheyenne territory at the 45-yard line. So Jack Juleson with a nifty move and a nifty punt return for the Legacy Sabres.
Do you know what that was? Out kicking your coverage.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it, TD.
We usually talk about that in a different context, partner, but...
yeah, that's exactly right. So a little life into the Sabres. Obviously a little too late as they trail 41-7, but we'll see if they can take it down and put one in the end zone. And we're going to get a new quarterback as Easton Bergrud is going to come in and run the offense for the Sabres. I backfield behind him. Bergerud rolling to his right. Bergerud, and he gets rid of it, finds his open receiver at the original line of scrimmage, and he is absolutely laid out on the reception there. That was Wesley Jordan. Tommy Levine makes a stop. I guess he goes by West Jordan, not Wesley.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a big hit. Levine came up there and laid some lumber.
Braxton Ruff checks in, 5'8", 140. Jama in at the tailback spot now. And they give it to the up back for no gain. Clock drops to, it winds to 6.5 to play. So bring up a 2nd down and 9 to go. That was West Jordan on the carry for the Sabres. 3rd and 9 now for Legacy. In at quarterback is Easton Bergerud, 6'1", 145-pound junior quarterback. Bergerud barks out the signals. Bergerud back to pass. Not sure what he wants to do now. He's going to keep it. And, boy, he was carrying that rather gingerly. It appeared that it got knocked out, but it didn't. So now we have a 4th down. And I'm guessing Coach Clements is probably going to go for it here.
Sorry, man. I'm doing a lot of writing here. I got to get Bergerud, Jordan, Juleson.
I got you. You're good, partner.
West Jordan added into a lot of different slots here on this score sheet.
Brady Seaback comes into the ball game.
And you're right. They're rolling the dice and going for it. Why not, right?
Yeah, 4th and 7. Bergerud. Giamma getting the outside, cuts inside, and he gets across the 35, and he's got enough for a 1st down. He's showing some nifty footwork there.
Yeah. Giamma with some juice.
Giamma. His first carry was a positive one for the Sabres. 1st and 10 now. They spot it on the 39-yard line. 41-7 our score. Bergerud trips to his left. Snap. Giamma, he just carries defenders for 3 yards. Impressive couple of runs there for that young man, the sophomore. Oneman and Beepa. Oh, I'm sorry, Maddox Weigel and Beepa make the stop there for the Mustangs. Reminder, we'll have our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads post-game report coming up at the conclusion of this one. As the Mustangs are going to go on the road to start the season, and they're going to pick up a victory here against the Legacy Sabres. On 2nd down and 8, Bergerud, snap goes through his hands, goes back, and he falls on it back at the 44-yard line. So,
well, I tell you what, Tate Herman just ran by Bergerud laying on the ground, didn't tap him, so he doesn't get the sack, but Maddox Weigel does. He knows. He goes by and he's like, yep. And
you're down. Third and 8. Nope, not 3rd and 8. 3rd and longer than that. 3rd and a whole bunch now for Bergerud in the offense of the Legacy Sabres. Over the left side, they give that one. Was that Jordan again?
Nope.
Nope, that was not.
Lang.
That was Connor Lang. Didn't get it quite back. Now he comes out of there limping.
Mason Lemire on the stick for Cheyenne.
Giamma brings the play in from the sideline with 2:35 to play in the ball game on a 4th down and a whole bunch for the Sabres. I backfield behind Bergerud. Bergerud back to pass. down the sideline. That one's underthrown. Oh, it threw it to the back shoulder. It's going to be incomplete, intended for Cooper Widener.
Yeah, good coverage again there by Isaiah Lincoln. That's a couple times we've highlighted him. I think you're probably going to see Cheyenne take some knees now.
Yeah, I would imagine, partner, that they can take a couple of them. So what do we have? Do we have a penalty there?
No, just I think turnover on downs, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Well, I saw the play clock. I didn't know what they were. So here we go with 2:09 to play. Out comes the Mustang offensive unit. Their quarterback still is Caden Olson. And he takes one knee as the clock will continue to wind as it is a running clock. Tell you tonight's game also brought to you in part by Hubbard National Insurance. Contact your local Hub agents, Josh Cattell and Michael Borman at 355-3100 for your personal and business insurance needs. And we know you're busy. When you visit our service center, we don't waste our time or yours. Our technicians can typically perform a full oil change service in about 15 minutes. Be sure you check out Valvoline Instant Oil Change with locations in Minot and Bismarck. You can find them online at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
257 yards on the ground racked up tonight by the Cheyenne Mustangs.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive, partner.
A different way of doing it, right? I mean, it's that that kind of double wing tee, and now tonight you just go a little QB ISO and.
Now we're going to snap it again. Take another knee there. They're going to down that one. They're going to restart the clock. And that's going to do it right there as they waited as the game clock and the play clock match each other. And that is going to be, other than the final horn, this one is gone final. The West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs are going to go on the road and knock off the Legacy Sabres by a score of 41-7 here tonight from the Sanford Sports Complex. As horn hasn't even gone off, teams are at center field shaking hands already, and the Mustangs are going to head back east with their first victory of the 2023 football season. Todd Domerys will make his way down on the field. We'll get a couple words from a head coach, potential player, as that'll lead us into our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads post-game report. Your final score, West Fargo Cheyenne 41, Legacy 7. Back with our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads report after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage.
On the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our stylists are trained to understand the nuances of cutting men's hair. Less pomp, more adore, huh, Brittany?
Square face wavy hair.
Mid-fade with a textured top. Finish it off with the hard part and taper that neckline, coach.
Cowlick, what's the move? It's not just all about hard work here.
Hit all. 7. Pressure. Points. Yeah.
It takes expertise to be a sport clip stylist.
Here?
That's the spot. Right there, huh?
Sport Clips, the pros in men's hair.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finrun SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
At Shots Crossroads, we make 8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day, so you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Oh, welcome back to our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame report. 41-7. Cheyenne wins this one as Todd Domries has made his way down to the playing field, and right now he's got one happy Caleb Deere. Let's go on the field and Todd Domries. TD, take it away.
All right. Thanks a lot, Scott. Down the field here in our PSP postgame brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads. Caleb Deere, hey, that had to be fun tonight. I mean, you guys were clicking on all cylinders, it seemed like, on offense. Over 400 yards, running, throwing. I guess what was working from your eyes as the QB?
I think it starts with with up front. They played really well, and that's how it starts with everything, and then everything else just follows after that.
And for you guys, getting through the summer, getting through the off season, pre-season camp. I mean, that was a bad taste how that season ended last year. To get off to a good start this year, how important was that?
Yeah, obviously last year did not quite end how we wanted it to end, but I think everybody had that fire in them that wanted to get back to that point. So we just got to go game by game, and yeah.
I got to ask you about the scheme. I mean, West Fargo's kind of been a double wing tee and just kind of a power game off tackle, just pound it down people. And now this year, there's a little more spread out, run a little zone for you and a couple things. How has that adjusted, especially for you kind of trying to drive the ship?
I think I like spreading it out a little bit more. It allows me to do a little bit more with their offense, and I think everybody else likes that. So I think obviously it worked pretty well today. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, nice win tonight, Caleb.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time. That's Caleb Deere. We'll bring in Coach Jeremy Newton here. I just asked Caleb about the new scheme. Maybe not a new scheme, but not as much as we have seen in the past. You guys spread it out a little bit, ran a little bit of zone with Caleb, and the early results had to be pleasing from a head coaching standpoint.
Sure, yeah, it was. I mean, it is. It's more spread out, but it was still, we're still reading and kind of running an option, just a different way to do it. So, the kids are having fun and embracing it, and, we'll see what happens.
Talk about Barry running the football tonight. I mean, he's shifty, and he's got speed. Broke a few tackles tonight, and that had to be nice to see as well.
Yeah, I mean, and the line did a great job for him, and you get him in space, and he's gotten tougher, and he was putting his foot in the ground and getting downhill, and it was fun.
And defensively, I mean, you lost just about every statistical leader from a year ago, and to put up 7 points tonight against the legacy team that's replacing a lot of guys, but the defense looked pretty good.
Yeah, there's some athletes there, and they, if they work hard in it together, they can do a good job.
How about that offensive line and defensive line, the trenches? A whole new cast of characters there as well. So what was your thoughts there on how your play was up front?
Yeah, I was pleased. It's a good starting point for them, and we'll see. They got to keep gelling and keep coming together, and that takes time. We'll get her.
And I'm sure you talked about it at halftime, but the penalties, right? The first half, I think there was 8 or 9 of them, and it's something that you guys really cleaned up in the second half.
It was just, I think it was a lot of first game stuff, and we were, I had 2 delay games on myself too, so it was, I can't yell at the kids too bad, but certainly something we got to clean up in the future, that's for sure.
Good start to the season, Coach. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate you.
All right. That's head coach Jeremy Newton. Hey, man, that's a lot of smiles on that Cheyenne sideline tonight, and they were very impressive here on the home field of the Sabres. Back up to you guys.
Job well done, Todd Domrys, as the Legacy Sabres get out of here with a 41-7 victory. We can give you a couple updates here. In the fourth, Fargo Davies leads Mandan in Fargo by a score of 14-9. This was roughly about 5 or 6 minutes ago, a wild one going on over at the MD Resources Community Bowl. At the end of the third, it was Century leading West Fargo 31-28. But Century was driving in the fourth quarter. So a wild one at the MD Resources Community Bowl. If we get a final on that before we sign off, we'll certainly pass that along to you. As our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame report rolls on with more after this timeout from the Sanford Sports Complex.
Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finra and SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors, LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors, LLC, and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Welcome back to our Planning Team Financial Advisor Shots Crossroads postgame report. As Planning Team Financial Advisors, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. Visit us online at planningteam.com and Shots Crossroads. Hey, get filled up with a delicious menu that includes the famous number 99. Oh, boy, now I got to start reading that again. Speaking of number 99, I could use one of those right now. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. 41-7, West Fargo Cheyenne wins this one tonight. A very impressive victory for Jeremy Newton and his football team here tonight. Legacy Sabres, well, they got on the board. They made it close early, 14-7, but then the offense just kind of puttered out, and Cheyenne goes on. They move to 1-0. Legacy drops to 0-1 on the season. Well, I think my partner's recaptured his breath and taken, and I think he's about ready to deliver you some final game individual and team numbers, are you not?
Scott, as you well know, one of the hardest things in broadcasting is to talk and exhale when you're trying to breathe in. And that is exactly what I'm trying to contend with right now. So if I have to take a breath once in a while, folks, you know why. I just wind sprinted the stairs here.
Yeah, and certainly these are some stairs that are not announcer friendly. Let's just say that when you're two guys and you're conducting post-game interviews. But nonetheless, I think it appears that you got it all pulled together there, partner. So why don't you give us those individual and team numbers?
All right, team numbers look like this. First for Legacy, he rushed it 27 times for 81 yards, threw it 8 of 17 for 68 yards, 149 yards of total offense for Legacy. Insert breath. Cheyenne, 34 carries, 257 yards on the ground, 154 yards passing between Deere and Olson. 411 yards of total offense tonight for Cheyenne in an impressive victory. And they made a statement while they're number 2 in that preseason poll, week 1 poll, as Cheyenne outgains Legacy 411 yards to 149. I won't go through all these stats, but here's some of the individual leaders. As Legacy led on the ground by Isaac Mitchell, 8 carries for 23 yards. Jared Frank, 4 carries for 17 yards. Easton Mose had a touchdown on the ground, and 2 carries for 16 yards for him. I just ran into Alan Bonnie Wald, and I said that Easton Mose touchdown reminded me of Mitchell Wald in that fullback dive, and they said that was Mitchell's play. They said the exact same thing as we did as I was just walking up here. So Isaac Mitchell tonight throwing the football 7 of 15 for 67 yards on the night. His favorite receiver, Kalen Lucas, who had 4 catches for 35 yards. Sabres punted it 6 times. They were penalized 5 times on the night. For the Cheyenne Mustangs, it was a 1-2 punch tonight. On the ground, Barry Pinu, 19 carries, 145 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Also with a couple touchdowns on the ground, Caleb Deere. You heard from him, the quarterback, 9 carries for 83 yards tonight. Deere also throwing it an efficient night, 9 of 14 for 139 yards and 2 more touchdowns. So Deere accounts for 4 TDs on the evening. His favorite receiver was Race Wilson's 5 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. Noah Olson had the other touchdown, his 2 catches for 31 yards. 1 punt on the night for Cheyenne. They were penalized 9 times, and Cheyenne turned it over once. The Cade Murphy interception in the second half for the Legacy Sabres. They're your numbers, dominated by the Cheyenne Mustangs.
Well, Todd, let's give out our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game. They focus on the details of the process without ever losing sight of the big picture, the efficient step-by-step approach. To Move Management keeps everyone on the same page. Locations in Bismarck, Minot, Fargo, and Aberdeen. Find them online at jobberswarehouse.com. Your thoughts?
I think it was the last run of the night for Barry Pinu. I mean, he finishes the night with 19 carries for 145 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he went over the 100-yard mark with an electric 49-yard scamper in that second half, and that was impressive. It was an option play, great read by Deere, got it to Pinu in space, and then, man, he was not to be denied. Got it blocked up on the edge by those wide receivers for Cheyenne, and that was the move of the game in my eyes for Barry Pinu tonight.
Well, there's our Jobbers Moving and Storage move of the game, and one more to give away tonight, and that will be our Sport Clips MVP of the game. Sport Clips brings you the MVP this matchup. Sport Clips is the home to the MVP haircut experience. Nothing comes close to making you feel like an MVP. Quite like the MVP experience at Sport Clips. Tonight's Sports Clips game MVP is?
Well, I mean, Race Wilson did his thing tonight. Noah Olson did his thing. Barry Pinu did his thing. But to me, it's Caleb Deere. I mean, when you account for a couple hundred yards of total offense and 4 touchdowns, and we're efficient throwing the ball, breaking in a whole new cast of characters up front, and, even talked about it. Like I was talking to him off air. He says, yeah, we got yelled at a little bit at halftime about those penalties, and but they cleaned it up. Just 1 penalty in the second half for Cheyenne, and Caleb Deere, 83 yards rushing, 139 yards passing, 4 TDs. He's your MVP.
Well, Todd, at last report we had from Fargo is Mandan Davies was leading Mandan 14-9, and there was a wild one going on at the MD Resources Community Bowl. At the end of the third, Century was leading West Fargo 31-28 at the end of 3 there. So those are the only 2 updates that I have, unless you got something there real quick at all. But
doesn't look like it.
Okay, well, that's going to do it. Reminder, coming up next week here on the PSP Network, Tuesday night, Mandan and Minot in volleyball, followed by Century and St. Mary's on Thursday. And then we'll be back with you again on Friday for Century at Mandan and Legacy. We'll travel up to take on the Minot Magicians in 2A football. Well, partner, we got through game number 1 of the season, and I guess now it's just everything's all downhill from now, right? No, it's not.
It just gets busy now.
Yeah, it gets busy. Well, we certainly hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Hey, we want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, BNC National Bank, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Hub International Insurance, Serve Pro, Minot State, Roger Ward Moving and Storage, UPS Store, Jersey Mike's, Presswich Orthodontics, Northern Plains Heating and Air, Planning Team Financial Advisors, Shots Crossroads, Sport Clips, and also Jobbers Moving and Storage, and those other sponsors you see throughout the broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you tonight. Repeating our final score here tonight, it's West Fargo Cheyenne 41 and the Legacy Sabres 7. For Todd Domrey's Scott Woodmansey saying so long from the Sanford Sports Complex.
But Simon, what about mold? Agent Marlon Old. He holds the world record for fastest mold remediation.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.